into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, I've missed you. I've missed you so much. Good morning and happy Monday, South Africa. My name is Graham, just in case you forgot who I am.
We almost
Graham,
did.
okay?
Oh,
I'm your long-lost work
you
husband.
go.
How are you, my
Oh,
wonderful friend?
I miss you, Grace, so much. Last week was a long week without you, but listen,
sure.
the girlies held it down.
I heard.
It was incredible having Kuhle in our midst and really lovely to just reconnect with her. But of course, there was a gap missing. Both yourself and Ryle have been gone, but now you're back.
Oh, not much of an intellectual gap, okay, but I'm sure some energy was missed. No, the ladies did an absolutely amazing job. And of course, Ryle finally getting his honeymoon. So let's give him like 5 minutes just to enjoy himself. And of course, we have got a brand new week to embrace. So I'm so glad to be back here. No place like home. Literally was in France, and we'll get a couple of highlights just now. In Paris, amazing. Nothing like South Africa. So thank you so much. Let's serve you what you deserve. And first up this morning, we are joined by a performance and resilience expert. And I love the sound of that, who has spent 25 years helping people turn stress into strength. I wonder if you can help us out.
Pronunciation will come your way too. Richard Sutton, founder of Sutton Health and best-selling author of The Streets Code. He's back with a powerful new book. Now listen to the name. Shift Happens.
Wow.
I said shift, okay? Shift Happens. 12 tools to calm, strengthen, and transform your life. And today he's here to show us how small science-backed shifts can actually help each of us find things like clarity and purpose and even peace in a chaotic world.
I like that. Maybe don't look at the top of the mountain. Let's start with the first little shift right in front of us. Absolutely like the sound of that. So if you want to get practical in your own life right now, make sure you dial in. And then, of course, we are taking your Monday morning on a flavor-packed trip across the globe. And why, in honor of the G20 summit, the globe coming to us, and it's now very much on the horizon, we are celebrating the incredible diversity of world cuisine in the best way we know how. Starting with some very bold, vibrant flavors of Korean food. I like the sound of that.
Wow, that looks delicious. Bibimbap is one of my favorite things to enjoy, and that looks good. Chef and food beverage director Reynor Damons is coming on through to our studios to guide us through some classic Korean dishes that bring culture and comfort and community together in every single bite. My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
Okay, well, you're going to have to dry your mouth and make yourself look kind of some representable if you can. No, we've got some news duties to get into, and yes, some sporting headlines to delve into just a moment. And then we're going to start the conversation. As always, we're going to hit the social streets in just a moment. We're going to share some of our weekend highlights. And of course, I've had a crazy weekend traveling the globe. As I said, so good to be back in South Africa. And yes, it was quite nice being in France the week after that last rugby game. Really good to be back in South Africa after this weekend's. And I'll give you all of the latest from the sporting account in just a moment. Right now, let's get into those news headlines and set sail.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, it's time now for your national news headlines. And we start off in South Africa, whose nuclear plans are gathering pace after Cabinet lifted the state of care and maintenance on the Pebble Bed modular reactor, allowing work on the nuclear fuel cycle to restart. Now, Energy Minister Josienzo Ramokgopa says reopening the research facilities gives the country a fresh chance to compete in the growing market for small modular reactors. Now, the move also fits in with the Integrated Resource Plan for 2025, which calls for 5,200 megawatts of new nuclear power. Now, with the Danafontein site approved, planning for the next nuclear build can now begin. In other news in the country, two newly appointed members of the National Executive, Willem Oukamp and Alexandra Abrahams, will be sworn in today at the Union Buildings. Now, Oukamp becomes Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, while Abrahams takes office as Deputy Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition. Now, the appointments follow constitutional procedures and form part of President Cyril Ramaphosa's broader executive reshuffle announced earlier this week. Now, the ceremony begins at 9 this morning and marks the formal new start of their duties in government. Internationally speaking, but heading first in the continent, where Rwanda-backed M23 rebels and the Democratic Republic of Congo's government have signed a framework aimed at easing conflict in the east, during a ceremony hosted in Qatar with support from the US as well as the African Union. Now, the document covers 8 protocols still needing refinement, including humanitarian access, judicial protections, and the return of displaced communities. Now, Kinshasa continues to demand a Rwandan troop withdrawal, while Kigali insists the FDLR militia must be dismantled first. In other news, Ukraine is trying to restart coordinated prisoner exchanges with Russia under the Istanbul agreements, aiming to free about 1,200 Ukrainians. Now, President Volodymyr Zelensky and Security Chief Rustem Umerov says recent talks in Turkey and the UAE have helped move negotiations forward with support from international partners. Now, thousands have been exchanged since 2022, but the process has been broken down during the heavy fighting. Now, Russia has not commented yet, but Ukraine says it is preparing for large-scale swaps as soon as both sides agree to reopen the exchange system. Now, let's close up your 6 o'clock news here with Pope Leo, who's brought a gentle glow to the Vatican on Saturday as he welcomed Hollywood stars including Kate Blanchett, Chris Pine, Viggo Mortensen and Spike Lee, turning the Clementine Hall into a warm celebration of storytelling. Now, the gathering offered a sprinkle of stardust for the still new pontiff and a fresh way for the church to connect with the world beyond. It also signaled firm support for the global film industry, with Leo lamenting the troubling decline in cinema going. Beneath soaring frescoes, he praised film's power to inspire while urging creators to face the world's wounds with honesty. Now, the Vatican also revealed his favorite classics, including The Sound of Music, Life is Beautiful, It's a Wonderful Life, and Ordinary People. That is a great list of movies and maybe something that you can add to your watch list as well. So we leave your 6 o'clock news. Time now for your sporting highlights.
Highlights indeed. Let's start with the rugby as we delve into our Monday morning sport. Of course, the Springboks did it again. They overcame another controversial early red card to beat Italy 32-14 in Turin. Again, playing nearly the entire match with 14 men on the field. So despite Franco Mostert's very harsh dismissal, yet again, a bit of a sketchy decision, South Africa's defence held firm before their dominance showed later on in the game. Damian Willemse, brilliant. He shone. And of course, the Boks ran in 4 tries to secure a composed in the end, a very hard-fought victory on their outgoing tour. Perfect build-up to the big one up against Ireland. Now we get into footballing news in South Africa. Looked good, cruising to a 3-1 victory over Zambia in Gqeberha, delivering a composed and clinical AFCON warm-up performance. Oswin Apollos opening the scoring before super sub Mohaun Korta added a brilliant second and assisted by Spapelo Sitole for that third. Zambia grabbing a late consolation goal, but Bafana dominating throughout, of course boosting that much-needed momentum ahead of Morocco 2025. Now let's get into cricket and another brilliant performance. South Africa stunned India with a 30-run victory. That was in their first test at Eden Gardens, defending only 124. How did they do it? Simon Harmer's superb 4 for 21, and then Temba Bavuma's gritty, unbeaten 55 proved decisive as India collapsed for 93. We don't see that often. Marco Jansen and Keshav Maharaj also delivering some key strikes as well, sealing the Proteas' first win on Indian soil in 15 years. I said, what a weekend. Now let's go a little further afield in tennis. Yannick Sinner capped a superb week in Turin by defending his NITO ATP Finals crown, beating Carlos Alcaraz 7-6, 7-5 in front of an electric home crowd, understandably. The Italian held his nerve in the biggest moments and then stretched his indoor winning streak to 31 matches now. That was a close victory, and it closes his season with authority, in fact, setting up a blockbuster 2026, not just for him, but I think across the top 10 in the men's field. Absolutely brilliant year in tennis, well, in all sports, and we'll continue to talk rugby, try to understand this red card business in just a moment. But right now, let's see if the weather is playing along on our Monday morning.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's see what's happening in your weather with the South African Weather Service, who has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain for the Limpopo Valley, as well as the low veld of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, with flooding possible in low-lying areas, roads and informal settlements. Now, Johannesburg Emergency Services urge residents to avoid river crossings after an orange level 9 alert brought flooding to Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo over the weekend. Now, extremely high fire danger persists in the Kamiesberg municipality of the Northern Cape and parts of the Western Cape. And all of that leads us into the sunrise view of this hour. And Durban, my Durban, this one was sent through from Nazira, repping your city so incredibly beautifully. I mean, come on. It looks like a painting with the sun just illuminating there beautifully over the beautiful horizon, peeking through the clouds, lighting up the entire city. Thank you so much, Nazira, for sharing your beautiful morning view with us. That looks like a scene out of The Lion King. 22 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town, so not too warm. We hope that you have a blessed day regardless. And we want you to share your morning view with us, Expresso fam, as Nazira has on 063 036 9649. We're going to delve into the temperatures and then get back to the show, but start thinking about what you could compose in your morning view.
Right, thank you, Abington, for the 33 degrees. Slow down. Okay, it's all right. I'm back in South Africa. I'm back off European
mayor is
soil.
here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So good to be back. And of course, bringing good news with, okay, I did win a little bit while I was away. Just
How
a little
much
bit.
is the little 7 rand this
no,
time?
it was like 67 bucks. Okay, I know you're not supposed to talk
It's a
about your
win.
winnings. It's a bit rude, but I'm going
win
to
is a
claim it.
win.
I want you to claim a whole lot more and start off your Monday by playing Daily Lotto for an estimated 350,000 Rand. How does that sound? Then we've got our new Daily Lotto Plus with an estimated 100,000 Rand thrown into the jackpot
Oh,
today.
thank you, Graham. That's so kind of you. We appreciate it. So what are you waiting for, Mzansi? We need you to buy your tickets. Do them in store. Head to the website, nationallottery.coza. There's the mobile app. There is cell phone banking. Or go ahead and dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
Missed your voice, man. I missed this girl
Stop
so
it.
much, man. It's just been a week. And this might even buy you a coffee overseas. You'd be amazed. All the details are on our Expresso socials. You can go and check them out while you take in some amazing Monday morning content just to put a smile on your dial. And then you can start thinking about that estimated 350,000 Rand in the jackpot. And then our new Daily Lotto Plus, we're going to plus another 100,000 in the jackpot today. Come on.
That's so nice. Imagine doubling your chances of winning. And I feel like we are in the winner's circle, not only because we're South African. We've been doing so incredibly well.
Sure.
I feel like we deserve a round of
Yes,
applause
we
for
do.
that.
A whole full
A
round.
whole full round. But also, you've been winning.
I've been winning at life. Do you know why?
Tell us.
Because Christmas has come. I turned my back for a week and suddenly Santa and the naughty elves
An
have been here
explosion.
and it looks amazing. Christmas has exploded in our space and I'm ready for it. People always ask, when is it? Is it too soon? It's never too soon.
It's never too soon.
It is never too soon
All
to
right.
embrace it because we need the positive energy. I think most of us are on the pedal now, pushing or hoping the fumes are going to carry us across the finish line of the year. And we're going to try to motivate you as best as we can.
Yeah, it is a Monday, and Monday motivation is going to be served up Christmas style in just a little bit. And then, of course, we have to share our weekend/week highlights.
Yeah.
Could it be better than the beauty of this Christmas tree? I don't
Maybe.
know. Possibly.
You gotta do things that make you scared.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It feels so good to be able to spend this Monday morning with you. And of course, we have to greet you with smiles. And then also a question. Graham?
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to grounding practices,
Sure.
I have to ask you because I feel like
gonna
you're
be like
one
this,
of the
like
most...
straight out the gate,
Straight out
eh?
the gate. You're one of the
Okay.
most grounded people that I do know, but I also know your life is really hectic.
Yes.
So when it comes to grounding practices that you kind of engage in to keep your mind and heart at peace when it's racing, what do you do?
I just lean into it, unfortunately. No, do you know what it is? I think we are gifted by the fact that all of our work is like that.
Yeah.
Everything really does matter. Even the small things here matter because there's always on the back end so much riding on it. So I suppose I've learned to lead into it, knowing what's on the other side. But that, when you're in it, is a little bit hectic, but I go back to the same thing.
Yeah.
When I talk about a gratitude exercise, it's not this hope, wish for, give me something to hold on to kind of thing while I kind of cling to the cracks in my foundation. It's not about that. It's about a deeper understanding that you can handle this. And it's actually good that you're being tested in this way because you're the one who's strong enough to be able to deal with this.
Yeah.
Take it on, eat it up. I call it the anxiety breakfast. And you eat it every day. And you eat it every day because we have to in our line of work.
Yeah.
So to try and sidestep it is going to be impossible. Embrace it for all its ugliness and understand the best things in life happen after the biggest tests.
Oh my
So
gosh.
test me every day, man. Test me
Okay,
every day.
anxiety
But look, speak
breakfast.
to me tomorrow. Maybe I won't be enjoying that. I'll be fasting on the anxiety breakfast tomorrow. So, but we are gifted with an opportunity
hear
to have these
that.
gateways every day. How do you do it?
Me, I take my
Fast pace,
shoes
yeah.
off and I just sat on the ground to get real grounding. Or I do the box breathing. That really helps me too. Because often when anxiety is there, you forget to breathe. And so to remind yourself. And then if you don't really know any techniques, we've got somebody that's going to come and help us ground ourselves. Richard Sutton is going to come on through.
brilliant.
The name of that book just gets me every time. Shift Happens.
Don't look too quickly, okay, at this time of the day. But it does, and it happens in the small moments. It happens in the practical things that you can do, be it a three-step gratitude exercise. He's got some absolute brilliant gems to help you right now as you enter into that moment to just calm things down. So you can share with us as well, and we'll go through some of those as we progress through this crazy morning, trying to catch up with each other because we haven't seen each other in a week.
This is our catch-up, actually. I don't even care about my weekend. Boring. Let's hear about your
Whatever.
Paris.
So
Your
Paris was
please.
Paris.
Paris is Paris.
Paris was Paris, and there are so many pictures. We took so many. I don't even know what's up. There's the Eiffel Tower.
If you didn't take a picture, did it happen?
And
No.
I've got gigs of the Eiffel Tower. We shot it from every angle possible.
Wow.
But I was able to step out and just have a few moments for myself. Life is happening all around you in this space. There's a beautiful viewing deck where you can kind of see it from. There's the obelisk.
Oh,
You know, thousands of
yes.
years old. What I loved about going into the Louvre, and there will be some on the show, you'll see some amazing content coming out of the Louvre. Like Leonardo da Vinci, I saw the Mona Lisa.
Goodness.
You're looking at statues that you know artisans would have come to hundreds of years ago to be inspired.
Wow.
To see the Renaissance period laid bare and what that actually means. To see the Mona Lisa, absolutely incredible.
Oh, he cleans up nicely.
And we had to, man, representing. But the best thing, obviously Mfundo came with me,
Yeah.
who is my right-hand man when we're out there shooting. And we don't have time to shoot.
Yeah.
And now you're at like the Louvre and you've got 15 minutes. This guy is
Wow.
amazing. I don't know how we would survive those kind of trips without each other.
Yeah.
But our minds were expanded. You know, I was pushing that narrative of like, there's too many of us living through other people's experiences. Go out there and actually experience. I got to
Right.
experience 500-600 years worth of life, it feels like, in that moment.
In
So
5 days.
incredible. And it was the week after we had beaten France in the rugby, so that was quite nice being able to gloat my way around,
Oh my
around Paris. I
gosh.
don't know if I'm going to be allowed back again, but it was, the people were amazing, the trip was amazing.
Awesome.
It was an eye-opener.
Oh
So
my
great.
gosh, from being here.
Wow,
And I
look
went to the
at that.
polo. It was so lovely. They said a touch of blue, so I obviously went all blue.
Royal
and
blue,
Royal
babe.
blue.
Royal blue,
Because
girl.
she is a queen.
Yeah.
And it was just a fantastic time. I was there with my mans. We were having a couple of, champagne.
Look at that face. He got the brief. He
He
understands.
understood the
He
assignment.
knows. Well done, son.
I was editor of Glamour Nontando was also there. We got to hang out a bit. I tried to understand polo, how it was broken down to me. It's like soccer on horses.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I said, okay, and then they score goals.
Okay.
Cool.
And they stay alive. Because it
And
always
we-
looks like
and
someone's
we won.
about to... Did you win? Did your team win?
South Africa won.
Our team won.
Our team won.
I don't think
know,
South
guys, I'm
Africa
still
lost
learning.
at
I don't
anything
think
this
so.
weekend.
No.
So I will have taken as a given that we won the polo as well. Who did we beat in the polo? I sound terrible. please, I hope it was the French. So there might be someone else who's even more gloaty than I am right now, and you can tell by how little clothing he is wearing. Again, look at that smile. That is a bit of a gloaty smile. And she looks gorgeous, and they look like they're in honeymoon mode. Now, remember, I emceed his wedding like 5 months ago. This is how long it's taken him to get out there and actually savor the moment.
Right.
They are in Mozambique right now, and I hate them both just a little bit.
They stepped outside and they were on a beach. Did you see that?
That's Mozambique, I think, pretty much. I'm so glad. Obviously, they didn't get the chance to dive right into their honeymoon. It's the craziest time of the year in our industry.
Is.
So getting this moment for themselves, absolute gold.
Good
I
for
cannot wait to hear from
them.
him. No shoes, no shirt, no problem. It should just say Ryle underneath it. He's got a shirt on, that's wrong. Eh?
It's the hair for me. Oh, he is living his best life,
Well done,
Ryle.
boy.
We absolutely love this for you and Mel, and we wish you a beautiful time going forward.
Oh, man. I miss him now.
I miss him
so much. Oh, okay, but don't rush back, buddy. You take your time. Of course, we promised you the plug-in this morning. I think a lot of us are starting to, as I joked earlier, feel the empty tank now. The fumes are pretty much what we're riding on. But we can get practical at this time of the year and discover some great things. And I think every great transformation begins with a single choice. Maybe just that first step.
Oh, that's good. A baby step, if you will. And today's motivational message is encouraging us to show up as the people that we aspire to become. So let's have a look at this. One of my favorites.
Like the person you want to become. That's not fake till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. When you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you. But when it comes to manifesting based on science, I want you to think as manifesting as a bridge. Manifesting is a bridge that's made of bricks between you and the thing that you dream about. And what you do when you manifest is you don't manifest where the bridge is going. You manifest the bricks. Visualization is the bricks. And so what I want you to do when you visualize is you're capable of breaking any pattern. You're capable of getting control of your health. You're capable of launching a business. You're capable of making millions of dollars. You're capable of absolutely anything that you put your mind to. Because I do believe that people who put in the work get rewarded.
100%.
Oh, I love Mel Robbins. She's so good.
She was listening to me earlier. She was like, no, let me tell you how you meant to say this, kid. But that's the bottom line. Don't manifest out of the sense of, oh, I want it. I deserve that money.
That,
you know, the gratitude comes from that I do actually deserve to play in that space. I do deserve to go after that job because that's what I'm capable of.
Sure.
You've got to start believing it yourself, and often you can't do that with the whole picture. It starts with one brick at a time. I love that. Mel, you genius.
She is a genius.
She gets paid the big bucks,
oh
right?
Oh my goodness, the huge bucks. So she also had that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. Another thing that I like to do. If you want to do anything, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Can we talk about
the
rugby?
Don't even overthink about it. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We won all the sports, including the rugby. There was a red card. I know we're struggling to understand how Russia has now changed rugby to the point that it's actually a 14-man game. We don't understand. We'll figure it out after the break. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Quick, fix your hair, make sure you look good, because we're about to go live and talk about the Springboks, so the whole world is watching right now. I love the fact that every meme online is focused on the Boks because they are just amazing. They found another level and they were forced into another massive shift into and playing almost the entire match once again with 14 men after yet another controversial early red card, dealing with erratic TMO calls that we can't quite understand, and of course then long passages of pressure, but they held firm. They found that calm center, the eye of the storm, and then of course the physicality and some key moments. It led to a beautiful 32-14 win, and it wasn't just dominance, it was resilience, it was game management, and it was a young mixed side as well, showing that they can absorb that chaos and still find a way and make those telling blows. And of course, when the momentum shifted their way, they released like they had a full team on that field. Was right, you guys are back. Gloaty, and I liked it for you. I wish I could have walked around France with you for the last week and just, I was explaining to French people what the rugby ball was, and it was just amazing. Now, this was impressive to see, because I thought, some of us thought maybe that lightning couldn't strike twice, maybe there was something in it. Whatever the case, we can play the game with 14 men. Let's talk about just that red card as a moment. What's going on here? Why are we not referring? Why are we not having? Because we've got those rules in play.
Exactly. No, I've been wondering exactly the same thing, especially the fact that we have a bunker system in play. The fact that it's going directly to a straight red every time for the rest of the match, I think, is ridiculous. And if you look at a few of the other games throughout the weekend, so many of them actually would go to a bunker, which were a lot more harsh, you would
Even
say.
moments in the same game where you could have
100%.
gone, hang on a minute, but why was that just glossed over and not even a card?
Yeah.
So they'll talk about it. There'll be issues. Is there anything that needs to or could be done after the fact in a moment like this? Do we even make us think about it when we're performing this well? Is this Rassie going, okay, hang on a minute, we need to put up our hand and say something, because this is quite a thing.
Yeah, I think we should maybe name a 14-man team going into next week. But no, other than that, look, I think we've developed a reputation for constantly complaining about refs, and I think the rest of the world is seeing that we are being harsh done by on many of the calls. It's not just us South Africans who see it that way. Look, I think at worst, I would have maybe given a bunker red card, which is a 20-minute red card. That's absolute worst. In my personal opinion, I thought it was a yellow.
And every time you see the highlight, you're like, okay, that's mitigating. And obviously, when you slow it down, it looks worse. But when you see the
100%.
tackle, I mean, we understand. Okay, well, I will try to let it go then. I will let it go and leave it to the people who know more about it to talk about it. How do we do this with 14 men? What happens? What clicks when we get under pressure like that? Because this looked like a very composed side.
Yes, again, obviously with a 14-man South African team, Rassie brought this man straight down from the Harlequins to come play flank and centre for South Africa. I mean, under Esther, it was just unbelievable. We can play with 14 men and have a full backline with every line-out we have, or every scrum. We can have a full scrum, because he is filling in for the forwards and backline.
Do you think in his career that he ever thought that he would be playing this role?
Looking at Damien and all the centres he was competing with, no. I think that's why Rassie found a spot for him.
I'm glad you mentioned Damien. He also came on Sean. Who stood out for you in a game where it felt like there were so many great individual performances within the bigger picture?
I'm going to go for my usual. It's Grant Williams. I think that he is such a superstar off the bench. But the funniest part is, I think what's most impressive is the culture that Rassie's developed amongst this bench. Because, I mean, 10 years ago, if someone said you were on the bench, you would be devastated. But it's almost like the players coming off the bench, the Achia Sneemans,
they know their role, yeah.
All of them bring so much energy towards the game. And it's almost like it's an honor to be on the bench now, because, you know, in that final 20 minutes, if we lead by 6 points or we're down, and we need a vital score, they're always going to step up.
Yeah.
They'll give us a moment. And it's not just a scrum penalty moment now. There are moments in open play. There are so many. I mean, how do you coach this side? There are so many stars. And I'm just waiting for Kanan now to put his hand up again and again. And now you've got competition in almost every position.
Yes. Well, the nice thing is, like Rassie's press conference, in his press conference, he mentioned Peter, Steph and Eben came in at halftime and made plans, not Rassie. These two came in and made plans for the game. And so I think my point is there's so many mentors and coaches within that whole side that is just exhilarating and just so exciting.
And just hear those words come out your mouth. Imagine what it would be like for an Ethan Hooker or someone like that to have an Eben come out, or a Peter Steph Toy, the two maybe best players in their lane, in the world, in their generation, coming and explaining to you what's up. The balance going into Ireland, before I talk about the World Cup, how much are you expecting for this next encounter? This is massive now.
It's going to be, I mean, from our remaining fixtures, this would be our trickiest.
Test of the year, surely, man.
It's up there, 100%. I do think that Ireland are peaking now. It took them a bit of time to adapt to their new 9-10 combo, but the way they played against Australia was very, very impressive. They beat them comprehensively. And I think the Boks going into this weekend definitely have to be very much on the ball, because Ireland and Ireland are really, really tricky on their day, especially in those conditions. It's so often so wet, and they love their up and unders. We saw them do it so often against Australia.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I think we're sitting at like 30% or something, like an unheard of success rate in that space as well. How do we set up? Presumably we can't start with 14 men, so we want to go in with a full complement. With the players that are on the board at the moment, how do you set up for Ireland?
Well, again, I think all our mentors from the last weekend is going to be in starting jerseys against Ireland.
Really? Okay.
I do think Manny Libbok might come in back in at fluff, and obviously have Pollard on the bench here with, just in case we need to win the game by 6 or 9 points. But bold statement, I'm actually not that nervous about the Irish.
Really?
Weekend. Yeah.
And the way you're talking is actually talking like you're going into a World Cup, which is kind of how this whole year is about that. And it seems to be very much working in our favour. Any fears, any injury woes? Because this has been quite a workload, and we have now pushed certain players far beyond. What are you worried about going into next week?
I'd love to highlight something that I am worried about, because I'm not too worried about anything. The fact that we can name 2 teams that are both equally as competitive is just remarkable. So I think going up against the Irish, the only thing I'd maybe be the most fearful of are maybe just the conditions. As I say, those wet conditions we haven't played too much in. But other than that, I don't see how they're going to beat us. I see Tony Brown, how he's coached this back line. We are playing incredible running rugby.
Ball.
Yeah, Tony Ball it is. It's not just forward dominant scrums. It's now we're running the ball beautifully, like that Grant Williams try where Cannon shot down the wing, gave that inside pass, and he had so much work to do. This is also worth 14
well,
men.
this is the thing. It's intuitive rugby, but it's also on the back of earning the right to be able to do that, which is a crazy balance. But history ain't on our side, gents. I like the way that we are so confident that we're going to do something that Russie's never done before. Maybe this is the present that the Springboks can give Russie, a win on very much enemy territory in one of the toughest places in the world to play rugby. Oh, but look at him go. I have a feeling this young Springbok side is the team to do it, to go and rewrite all the history books. Gentlemen, keep gloating. Just for one more week, just keep this energy going. Once again, to all the French people, I'm sorry but not sorry. I look forward to hopefully getting a trip to Ireland next week, but we'll see. But right now, we are back in South Africa, and we are applying this kind of knowledge and motivation to ourselves this morning. Are you inspired by the Boks, my friend?
I'm inspired every single day. No DNA, just RSA on this side of the world. And listen, Mzansi, I know that it is only 6:30 in the morning, maybe 6:35 in some areas, but we have to get moving, okay? Just a little bit. So move things out the way, get your shoes on, or even barefoot is fine, because Mondays are where momentum honestly begins. And today we're setting the tone with purpose and positivity and just a start strong mindset. An in-person and online personal trainer, Ethan Turk, is just the guy to do exactly that. So I can't wait to get the weekend rush shaken off, Ethan, and let's get into some movement. So what are we getting into today?
So today we're going to do a little bit of a functional workout, something to prepare us for the entire week. So a lot of compound movements, not necessarily staying static.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with 10 squats just to warm up, and then we're going to 10 push-ups.
Whew,
Okay.
I can give you 3 at most. Let's try it. Let's go, Mzansi. All right. Whew.
4.
Oh, I'm glad you're counting. What number are we?
Part of the job. Okay, now I lost count. Let's call it 8, 9,
and
10. Nice. Okay, for the push-ups, you can do it on your knees.
I will be doing
Okay.
it on my knees.
Right. Let's go. 1. 2 more. Nice.
Oh.
All right.
All right, 10 push-ups, 10 squats. We're streaming live on our Instagram as well, so you can check it out over there. What are we doing next?
All right, we're going to prep for our December holidays.
Yes.
This is called a suitcase deadlift.
Okay.
You're going to hold it on your side. We're going to go down and up, very easy.
And if you don't have a kettlebell, what are we doing? What are we holding?
We are using a jug of water,
Okay.
anything that you can.
That's even harder because now
Add a
you've got to
little bit of weight.
concentrate on
Yeah.
not spilling anything.
And switch to the other side.
Or you could use your actual luggage.
Yeah.
Manifest a holiday while you're at it, you know? I can see myself in Turkey.
Let's do 3 more here. Last one. There we go. All right. Now, we're gonna pick up the dumbbells. Okay, we're gonna squat down, up onto the shoulders, press up.
Okay.
Okay,
So go down
up
and up.
and up.
All right. If your legs are not burning right now, Expresso fam, you are doing this wrong. Oh my goodness. Up. Down.
All right, 3 more. 3 more in the tank. Let's go. 1, 2,
This is the final
Last
one. Let's go.
3.
3.
All right, so we're gonna keep hold of these.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go down onto here. You can do it on your knees as well. Okay. All you're gonna do, go up.
Okay.
Just a little one. There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Ethan, what is this working right now?
Well, because we're on our knees or on our toes,
Yeah.
we're working the core to keep it stable.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got your biceps and your upper back working
This feels like a
to
full
pull the
body.
dumbbells.
That's a full body workout if ever I've seen one. Come on. Whew.
And there we go.
Okay.
All right, we can leave the dumbbells for now. Gonna grab the kettlebell. Okay. Gonna start with the kettlebell in between your legs. You're gonna pick up and twist onto your shoulder. There, and then press up.
Okay.
And then back down.
Same arm?
Same arm. We're gonna do 8 on this arm and then 8 on the other arm.
I've been told that to get through this easier, you have to smile.
That is
It
part
just
of
kind of
it.
comes with it. It doesn't feel as painful.
Big smiles get us through.
That's the thing.
Last
Have you
one.
lost count? Okay, last one. There
It's
you
more
go.
of a guess at this point, to be honest. And press.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah. Let's go 2 more.
2 more. 1 minute left on the clock. Where else could we go?
Stuck with me here.
For life. All right, Ethan, what else do you have for us?
Last one, last 2 if we have time.
Yep.
We're gonna do a little bit of some ab work.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna lean back, you're gonna lift your feet up off the ground, and then we're gonna kick forward.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm shaking a little. Is that normal?
So am I, don't worry.
As long as we're in this together.
Yeah. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You ditched me on that last one. That's not cool.
At least I counted with you. Okay. One last exercise. We've got to finish strong. Ethan.
Okay, we're gonna finish strong. We're gonna go with mountain climbers.
Oh, I wish I didn't say that. No. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Show
we're
us
gonna
how
do-
first again.
We're gonna do 20 seconds
Uh-huh.
of mountain climbers because they go faster. Okay.
So
All
we
you're
step forward.
essentially gonna do is you're gonna be running on the spot.
Whew. When I said finish strong, this is definitely what I meant. Whew. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Almost there. About 5 more seconds
5
left.
more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we just burned 1,000 calories. Well done, Expresso fan. That was incredible. I'm super proud of you. And now we get to take a well-deserved break. So grab some water, grab some breakfast if you will as well. And let's have a good time on the other side of this, Ethan. Can I breathe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Was it worth it though? Absolutely.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Not that you should need reminding on this Monday morning, but it is a brand new week. Hope you're embracing it. Let's see if we can help you along the way. Maxwell and Williams are giving us another reason to smile this morning with their daily Black November deals on everything. And we're talking dinnerware to serveware and so much more. So I think let's do a little dive right in.
Every day brings something new to the table with Maxwell and Williams. With a celebration of modern design and artisanal texture, the Oni Speckle White Serveware collection brings effortless sophistication to every occasion.
Zanzi, do we have a deal for you? Purchase 2 oblong platters in large and medium sizes and the footed cake stand for only 956 Rand from 1,725 Rand.
Beautifully balanced and made from premium porcelain, it's serveware made to impress. Visit maxwellandwilliams.co.za and click on Black November deals. Complete your table piece by piece with Maxwell and Williams.
I am here for that, and hopefully you too, if you want to dive into these offers and so much more, please visit maxwellandwilliams.co.za. And of course, while stocks last, and it's not going to happen long at this time of the year, but please go out there and make every meal a masterpiece. All right, we are going to get into another masterpiece here in our kitchen, so I suppose I should suit up. I've missed this kitchen. I've missed cooking in this space with my friend. And today we're going to do something really special. I want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear because this is going to be an absolute favorite, not just for a Monday. I think every day of the week. If you're craving comfort with a touch of gourmet flair, you're in the right place. Today we are building the ultimate ribeye steak sandwich. Tender, smoky steak layered with sweet, slow-cooked caramelized onions. That's the magic. Simple, it's indulgence, and it's about to steal the show, hopefully, because we're going to make it. How quick are you? Was I gone for like 3 months?
There.
How fit have you become in the week that I'm gone, my friend?
Did you see me just doing the, and then the runs and the...
You were like, how many mountain climbers? Oh, that was amazing. Well done.
Thank you. I'm trying my best.
Well done.
Are you coming with a reward? What is this?
I am. I'm just caramelizing some onions, yo. Oh. I just came back from France and I want to caramelize onions.
We're going to see you here tomorrow still caramelizing.
I know, man. That's why I thought I'd start the heat before I got going, because I don't actually know what the requisite time for caramelizing onions is.
Oh, my God.
It says to me slow and steady. Don't rush it.
Love her, leave her alone.
Yeah, we want to break those sugars down. Break those sugars down.
Hey,
break those sugars down. That's not a real song. Please don't be singing. It's going to be a meme in your head. So to caramelize my onions, just a bit of balsamic and a bit of brown sugar.
Lovely.
Because the caramelize speaks to, don't be cheeky, it speaks to sugar. And what I did was I left the sugar.
You gotta work for your sugar.
I left this out before I left, just as a test to see if anyone was going to really.
Oh no, we're going no sugar in studio.
I know,
clearly.
you've done well. I like that. I just thought a bit of food theatre just to welcome you back. And I'm going on a low heat because I'm dealing with sugar here. But already now, onions have quite a high sugar content.
That's true.
And that's often why you can burn an onion. So you've got to be careful, just slow and steady.
I would add some thyme in there.
Some thyme. Time is on my side. It is. This is why I get so frustrated.
What if Paris did him?
I know, I'm a changed man.
We've got to sing it.
I think this is why I frustrate my family in the kitchen, because to just caramelize some onions, I'm in there for like 3.5 hours
just
singing and dancing. I come out with an onion all over me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm going to boil this down. We're going to let the moisture come off. It's going to thicken. And it's
what did you add in
into
there?
Just a bit of balsamic.
Oh, yes.
Which is, again, a high sugar content. It's going to add a bit of funkiness, a little bit of acidity to balance things out.
Nice.
And then you will be left with your gorgeous caramelized onion at the end.
This took at least 3 business days.
I've been doing that for the whole week while I was gone. I just left someone here caramelizing my onions. But slow and steady and make it funky. Give it the flavor. And the nice thing here is you've got leftovers. You can make not 1, but 3 little buns. So what I require from you, my wonderful friend,
tell me,
is to just toast off our buns.
I can toast your buns.
Okay. I'm going to pop that there. All right.
There you go. Cut this
and
through.
What I love about doing this, whether you're doing hot dogs, whether you're doing burgers or steak rolls, anything like that, if there's going to be a sauce component, toast it off.
You're right. No one likes a soggy bottom.
Exactly.
Come on.
And that's universal. In France, they don't like soggy bottoms. In South Africa, no one likes a soggy
Not a
bottom.
fan.
I always drive myself insane by putting the butter on the bread, and then I break the bread because the butter's too hot.
Yes.
Just put a little drop of butter in the pan.
And
I
you'll
like
be
that.
good.
You're going to do it your way, hey?
It's going to be, you know already, it's going to be quicker. I was waiting 5 days
I
for
leave
that
for a
one.
week, and now you've already decided on a favorite thing in the pan and everything.
One. Don't you have one at home?
Have I been replaced? I do.
Mine's bottom left.
Oh no, mine's top right, the
Top
furthest
right.
away from everybody. Because I've got kids, man. I'm constantly thinking about the dangers of life.
Oh my goodness.
So that's why I move oil and anything away.
Okay.
And
we'll get that going.
Yeah,
What do we
just a
have
bit of a
here?
toast.
Some arugula rockets,
wrap it
some mustard, I assume, some mayo, and some steak. Honestly, this is my dream sandwich.
Completely. And with a ribeye, I think you get the best balance of any steak. It's not the biggest steak around the world, which blows my mind. But in South Africa, we understand that it's got the perfect balance, I think.
Of like
the marbling.
fattiness and then also not too much.
So tender. And when you get that eye, that beautiful, that's like one of the best tasting, best composed steaks ever. And it lends itself beautifully to a steak sandwich like this because you're going to get full value for flavor as well.
Exactly. People say if you want a leaner steak, go sirloin. I'm saying if you're going to have a steak, have a steak. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Go in.
I was also taught like on a braai, a rump is great because you get big, full value. It's massive.
Braaiing a steak, that's a new level of braai master.
I know, you'll get there.
Will I?
I don't know, man. By the time I've caramelized my onions, you might have toasted these rolls. And we've gone with like a ciabatta kind of roll here. You know, we are scraping the bottom of the barrel when we're talking about the quality of the buns that we are using. No, these are great.
I'm going to go for it.
No, I think you can. Just be cheeky and start doing it.
Okay.
And we're going to start compiling. And then this is where your flavor palette must lead the way.
This is mustard and mayo, right?
It is.
Okay.
You've learnt a lot. I prefer a hot English because I like a little bit of a tang, a little bit of a...
It's like the British wasabi.
Exactly. And I'm sure it kind of comes from a similar root.
Yeah.
Dijon, absolutely beautiful as well. You've got such a beautiful flavor development in mustard, and each one very nuanced. To find the one that you like.
Yeah, I like the one that stains your fingers.
Ooh.
The yellow one. The yellow one.
Yeah, the yellow one. And I feel like a curry is coming on this week, so I think I'm going to have the turmeric fingers.
Oh, yes.
I've no doubt. Look at the funkiness, the gooiness, the stickiness.
So sticky.
That's what you want out of your caramelized onions. And then
Rockets?
rocket is the perfect, I think, perfect herb for this, or leaf, if you will.
Agreed.
Is Rocket a herb or a leaf?
Rocket
a
is
salad.
who she wants to be.
She's got the bag, baby.
Exactly.
But it's beautiful. It's peppery, it's fresh, and it's going to counterbalance, and that looks absolutely amazing.
I would say 125 Rand.
Wow.
Yeah?
Hey, or about €1.
One.
Because that's what it felt like. It felt like
The chips are extra.
Oh, no, they would be. They're additional. It looks absolutely beautiful. You want to cook along with us? There we go. We're getting a nice toastiness there. Scan the QR code and head over to expressoshow.com. You will find absolutely everything you need to know about our ribeye steak sandwich and, of course, how you can caramelize your own onions and have a whole lot of fun doing it. And that is not the most easily composed meal?
It came together
well
in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, I love that. Well, you put the finishing touches on that work of art. Let's have us a little serious conversation right now. If you're suffering from acute or chronic constipation, I know it's no joke. Aspen's got you. For long-term constipation relief, Aspen offers Movicol, we've spoken about it, Pegicol and Laxin. For relief from occasional constipation, turn to Lenolax, Lenin, and Glycerin or Laxador suppositories. Again, we have done a deep dive with amazing specialists on the show. For gradual constipation relief, there is Brooklax and Laxador tablets, and you can choose the laxative you need from South Africa's value-leading laxatives companies, bar none, and they help you and your family get the relief when you need it most. That was like Russian roulette, that portion of the whole show.
Well
but
done.
we did it, we did it.
We
and
did.
while I was talking, you made 2 exquisite ribeye steak rolls. If you want to cook
My
along,
buns.
hey, did you tap your buns? They do look absolutely amazing, and maybe you can do it better, but we want to see the pictures and the video proof. Head over to our socials, share a little bit, and of course, after the break, we're going to help you de-stress, okay, because we know how hectic it is at this time of the year. So have a bite, and then we'll sink our teeth into life on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We have cooked and we have definitely given you a little bit of motivation, and now for a really serious conversation. Now, this conversation does discuss sensitive topics related to GBV or gender-based violence. And if you or anybody that you know is being affected by GBV, please go ahead and contact this hotline. It's 0800 150 150. We're going to delve into this when it comes to things trending on TikTok. I think this was a long time coming, and now it's
and about
here.
time, yeah.
Yep. 21 November is going to be a huge day in South Africa, but let's start here. Now, as we know, the nation is definitely turning their profile pictures purple as part of a powerful national campaign led by Women for Change. Now, the color purple has long symbolized dignity and justice and unity in the fight against gender-based violence, and this digital action forms part of a bigger call for change. Now, Grace, some people are saying, is digital activism the same as, you know, moving a needle in real life? Is this making a difference?
Well, we need to have awareness. It happens in, I suppose, waves of, and you need a greater uptake. So we need people to be talking about it by virtue of the fact that we are sitting on TV in front of millions of people talking about it. Yes, I would say it is a win,
but
it should be the first step towards action. It can't be seen as the
action. I'm in agreement with that. Some people, as you said, have questioned whether changing your profile picture is merely symbolic and enough. Now, this campaign's strength lies in combining online visibility with real-world action, forcing the country and the world to confront the scale of the GBVF crisis. And Women for Change, of course, has made it their mission to address this massive issue. So please, let's take a look at the stands that they are taking.
More and more gender-based violence stories are making headlines in South Africa.
The killing of women and children.
They're protesting against gender-based violence in a country where government statistics say a woman is killed every 3 hours.
Sent shockwaves across the country.
News at 5, more than 60 women have been murdered in Gauteng in the past 2 months.
2,695 women were murdered in South Africa.
28-year-old Sehofatso Pule was found hanging from a tree in the Rudaport area
I
on
am
Monday.
tired of coming to a gathering where we have to warn sisters because of men. I'm tired.
Sure, I'm tired too. All the women in me are tired.
I know, and you see it from afar. It's not just a South African story. But seeing these messages resonate while I was on the other side of the world really did bring me straight back home here. I saw some content emerge where AI was used to bring some of these young women to life and stand and represent themselves and what happened to them. So I don't know if I can just break down a couple of numbers here. Between 2023 and 2024, 5,578 women were murdered. Between 2023 and 2024, 5,578 women were murdered. That's a 33.8% increase. This is why I think people are feeling like they aren't seeing the action that needs to happen. We can scream about it, we can lend our digital voice, but what does that actually mean? Well, this feels like a massive, massive gut punch.
Yeah, and that casket does represent exactly what Gray is saying. Of course, the organization created a casket that is 33.8% larger than a standard coffin, and they did a whole funeral procession as they went on through. The entire casket is covered in hand-woven purple Zulu beads, with each bead symbolizing one woman who lost their life. Now, inside it, they also placed photographs of victims, as well as a QR code linking to their stories. Now, we had Sehofatso Pule and the likes, and it's just, it continues, you know? On the 11th of April 2025, Women for Change carried the casket in a funeral-style procession, and they proceeded to go to the Union Buildings in Pretoria, where they formally handed over the petition and a memorandum to government leaders and hopefully inspire some sort of action.
And it will remain unburied, like so many of the victims. I think once you go a layer beyond and start getting into the personal story or that horrific moment of trauma and terror, I mean, obviously as a parent, I struggle not to immediately empathize with those young ladies' parents, with their families in that sense, but it also forces you to think, what has allowed us to get to a point that we have eroded a level of humanity? At some point, even the perpetrators of these crimes were little boys. They were little boys loved by a parent, maybe unloved, but they were little children, and something is happening through this process of life that is leading to the absolute obliteration of young South African girls and women. 5,578 women were murdered between 2023 and 2024.
And those are just the recorded cases, so you can even imagine. You know, Zanele actually put up a really incredible video. I thought it was so powerful. And she did this take on a get ready with me doing her makeup. And she said, get ready with me as I tell you all the places in South Africa that I feel safe in. And then she proceeded to do her full face of makeup in silence because That's what it's about. You walk around and you don't even know. You're fearing for your life at every single corner. So the 21st of November, Women for Change are calling for a national shutdown. If you're able to, if you're part of the LGBTQIA+ community and all women as well, and are able to opt out of work, then they're saying please do. If not, just wear black and see how you can support any organization in support of GBV. 21 November is when it all goes down.
12 o'clock in Sea Point. And gentlemen, start having those conversations with your son today. I think that's the perfect prelude to catch up with where South Africa is right now with our national news.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. Just a minute after 7 o'clock, let's get into our national news headlines, where former South African ambassador to the United States, Franklin Sun, has died at the age of 86, prompting tributes for a life marked by service in education, business and diplomacy. Now, born in Forsberg and raised in Queenstown, he rose from teacher to respected executive, serving on major company boards and later becoming Democratic South Africa's first ambassador to Washington. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa praised his commitment to transformation and community upliftment, while condolences have been extended to his widow, Joan, and their children. In other news in South Africa, our nuclear plans are gathering pace after Cabinet lifted the state of care and maintenance on the Pebble Bed modular reactor, now allowing work on the nuclear fuel cycle to restart. Energy Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa says reopening the research facilities gives the country a fresh chance to compete in the growing market for small modular reactors. Now, the move also fits with the Integrated Resource Plan for 2025, which calls for 5,200 megawatts of new nuclear power. Now, with the Danafontein site approved, planning for the next nuclear build can now begin. Taking a look further afield at your international news making headlines, South Korea has finalized a major agreement with the United States to build nuclear-powered attack submarines, with Washington approving cooperation on fuel sourcing. Now, the deal follows last month's broader trade agreement that reduced reciprocal tariffs to 15% after Seoul pledged substantial investment in the U.S. Now, the submarine partnership comes amid heightened tensions involving North Korea and China and will significantly enhance South Korea's naval capabilities, which currently rely on diesel-powered vessels. Now, construction is expected at a Hanwha-operated shipboard in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, Rwanda-backed M23 rebels and the Democratic Republic of Congo's government have signed a framework aimed at easing conflict in the east during a ceremony hosted in Qatar with support from both the U.S. and the African Union. Now, the document covers 8 protocols still needing refinement, including humanitarian access, judicial protections, and the return of displaced communities. Now, Kinshasa continues to demand a Rwandan troop withdrawal, while Kigali insists the FDLR militia must be dismantled first. And closing off your 7 o'clock news here with our captain, Mr. Springbok captain Siya Kolisi, who spent a joyous Saturday in Turin in Italy, where first guiding his team to a spirited 32-14 win, then swapping his rugby boots for pure fan energy at the ATP Finals. Now, fresh from earning his 101st cap at Juventus Stadium, he headed to the Inalpi Arena, where his love of tennis shone. Now, he chatted warmly with world #1 Carlos Alcaraz and Canadian star Felix Auger-Aliassime before delighting the crowd by dancing on the big screen during the change of ends when cameras scanned when cheering with the cheering audience. Now, yesterday the Italians had plenty to celebrate, though, as Jannik Sinner claimed the title, defeating Alcaraz in straight sets for his 13th consecutive indoor victory. It's really great to see sports supporting sports, and if you have not checked that video out online, please do yourself a favor and bring some cheer to your day. So we leave the 7 o'clock news. We'll touch base at 8 o'clock. For now, Graham's got your sports.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Let's talk about the 24 hours that built up to that. Well, two of those magical moments, in fact, in sport. Let's start with the rugby. And the Springboks overcoming yet another controversial early red card to beat Italy 32-14 in Turin. Again, playing nearly the entire match with 14 men on the field. Thank you, Andre Esterhazen, able to play forward and back, it seems. So despite Franco Mostert's, let's call it harsh dismissal, South Africa's defence held firm before their dominance then showed later on in the game. Damian Willemse certainly shone, and the Boks ran in 4 tries to secure a very composed, in the end, hard-fought victory on their outgoing tour. Perfect prelude as we take on Ireland next weekend. Now we get into football, and, well, we continue on the same vein. South Africa cruised to a 3-1 victory over Zambia in Gqeberha, delivering a composed and clinical AFCON warm-up performance. Oswin Apollos, he opened the scoring before super sub Mogao Nkota added a brilliant second and then assisted Spapelo Setole for that third goal. Zambia did grab a late consolation goal, but Bafana dominating throughout, and of course boosting that momentum ahead of Morocco 2025. The signs are there. Now let's get into another magical moment in sport, this time in cricket. It did not look like this was going to be possible earlier in the day. South Africa stunned India with a 30-run victory in their first test at Eden Gardens, defending just 124. How did they do it? Simon Harmer's superb 4 for 21 runs, and then Temba Bavuma's gritty, unbeaten 55, proving decisive as India collapsed for just 93. Marco Jansen and Keshav Maharaj, they also delivered some key strikes at vital moments, sealing the Proteas' first win on Indian soil in 15 years. Brilliant. Now let's return back to that beautiful tennis story where, yes, you might have spotted our Captain Fantastic in the crowds, but there was one Italian there who was ready to win on the day. Yannick Sinner, he capped a superb week in Turin by defending his Nido ATP Finals crown, beating Carlos Alcaraz, the world number 1, 7-6, 7-5 in front of an electric home crowd, understandably so. So the Italian, he held his nerve in the biggest moments and then stretched his indoor winning streak as a result to 31 matches. It's a victory that closes his season with authority and, of course, sets up a beautiful rivalry and a blockbuster 2026. And as I always say, we are here for that. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's hope there is not too much to report on the traffic front.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. Let's see what your roads are doing out in Gauteng and Germiston, where there's been a crash on the N3 northbound after Van Buren Road. Now, currently the left lane is closed, so please do approach that area with lots of caution. Moving out to Cape Town and Kraaifontein, there is congestion on the R300 northbound at the ramp to Old Paarl. Now expect delays and allow for extra travel time, especially as peak hour traffic begins. That's where we leave your roads for now. Let's see what's happening in your weather. Well, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain, and that's for the Limpopo Valley and the Lowveld of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, with flooding possible in low-lying areas, roads and informal settlements. Now, Johannesburg Emergency Services urge residents to avoid river crossings after an orange level 9 alert brought flooding to Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo over the weekend. Extremely high fire danger persists in the Kamiesberg municipality of the Northern Cape and parts of the Western Cape as well. Your sunrise view of this hour. Now it's 6, we checked out Durban. Let's see what GQ Gqeberha is saying through the eyes of Natalie. A completely different view. And Natalie said, you know what, let me throw a rainbow in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous, Natalie. You were definitely working hand in hand with the weather gods here, because how did you coordinate this? With the ocean perfectly meeting the bottom of the rainbow there, and then the tree in the foreground. Absolutely gorgeous, Natalie. Well done. I'll reward you with 23 degrees on your side of town out in GQ, and we wish you a beautiful day. Now, if you too would like to represent your city, 063-0369649 is the number to do it on as we get into your temperatures for the country.
I love it. South Africa full of sunshine today, and that also speaks to our disposition. I think South Africa is full of dreamers and hopefully doers and builders, people who take pride in creating something that lasts.
I think that is such a beautiful sentiment. Now, for the past 40 years, one name has been there every step of the way, and that's Build It, of course. Now, for 4 incredible decades, they've helped South Africans turn their dreams into a beautiful reality.
And they are ready to celebrate those milestones with us. And this is a big one where we get to celebrate with them. And I love that. Build It is saying thank you, Mzansi, and they're doing it in style by giving you the chance to win one of 14 brand new Hyundai. I know I said it like this last week, Grand i10s, because it is grand and it is very grand as well. It's just their way of giving back to those builders, to those dreamers, to those everyday doers, the heroes who have been a part of that incredible journey for 40 amazing years.
I mean, 4 decades is no easy feat, so congratulations to them. And I love that we also get to win. So Mzansi, let's dream a little bit right now. And we've asked, what's one dream you've built with that same yes we can spirit that Build It stands for? And there are so many dreams that we put together.
Look, I haven't built, but it's been projects. So for me, it was painting and kind of getting into that. I've had that big project this year that took a lot. It took a lot of me. It took yeah, I did. My 2 accent walls and painting a few skirting boards. No, I did a massive overhaul, and it was great. It was so good to sink my teeth into it. But it was also like a love letter to my family while they were away. I wanted them to come back and feel that energy. The transformation in my space, though, because of those 3 days of no sleep and being covered in paint from head to toe, was so worth it. It was such a great validation, and now we get to wake up to this beautiful space every day. So I want that for you. I want you to tackle those jobs, but also get that feeling of conquering and actually finishing something that felt like a bridge too far.
There's nothing better than that sense of accomplishment. Congratulations to Gray and you if you've also completed a beautiful project. Now, we want you to enter and let us know your stories. All you need to do is spend 500 Rand or more at any participated Build It store. Scan the QR code in-store to enter via WhatsApp or use the USSD code. Now, for more details, head to buildit.co.za or follow @BuildItSA on Facebook and @BuildIt_YesWeCan on Instagram.
Because yes, we can. And when it comes to building your dreams, yes, you can as well. Remember, this competition ends this year. I can't believe we're talking about this already. It ends on the 31st of December, 2025. T's and C's apply.
Why better? Better is harder. It takes more effort. Better is what you leave behind.
Right now, if you thought our face was filled with trepidation and lots of positive energy, Cindy Louise is here with new music. And she, as we look at that smile, she is ready to introduce herself to the nation and connect and, of course, sing us into a brand new week.
I can't wait. This Monday needs a little bit of song, and we'll definitely send you into the right direction. And then also, back into the kitchen we go. So we've made a steak sandwich. How about some steak fajitas?
I'll take it.
Okay, I'll have 5 of them. We'll get that
What
for
kind of
you.
breakfast menu is this?
Delicious. Straight after this, we'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, it's true. It is your feel-good breakfast show. And hopefully I'm greeting you with a smile on your face as well. Because in this Monday, we have to get into some entertainment with Cindy Louise, South African-born pop artist making major international waves in 2025. Now she's back home to share her new single. It's called Obsession. And before we introduce you to her, let's check it out. Oh, let's give her a feel-good welcome. Come on. New single called Obsession. We're obsessed, can I just say, first and foremost. But welcome and thank you for being here, Cindy Louise. You look gorgeous. You look the part.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so you recently came back from Belgium. I definitely want to hear more about this. And also, what impact being on that international stage had for you as an artist? I mean, did you feel affirmed? Were you anxious? Were you scared? Were you actually excited what the future might hold?
I was just proud to be there and represent South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, we're such a hard-working nation, and just to be on something like that and say, yes, I'm South African, I'm here, I'm doing this, we can all sing because we're all very musical over here.
We are.
It was just really amazing.
Incredible. And I mean, they couldn't have sent a better person, look at you, to go and represent us as well. I feel like there's no better time to be South African than right now. We are winning across every single category, but you have described your music in this season that you're in right now as something that is empowered and also visually cinematic. Now, you've also released a new single, Obsession. Please tell me more about this, and also what era are we in right now? What chapter are you living?
I feel like I'm in the era that it's your main character era.
Come on now, I was hoping you would
you're
say
the
that.
it girl
You
here.
are the
Come
it girl.
on. So my music is very much about empowering women. Of course, it's also for the gentlemen and everyone else,
Of
but
course.
mostly for women. I want to write something that you put on in the morning and you go, yes, I am that girl. I can do that. I'm going to get that bag today. Hell yeah.
I am her. I am him. I mean, look at the visuals. Come on now. If that doesn't give main character energy, then I don't even want to know. But you did have background in such an interesting one. Classical, jazz, opera experience out in Italy. I think that gives you such a unique grounding when it comes to music for you to explore any direction that you want to go into. So how do you feel it has sort of shaped what sound you have today?
It definitely has, especially with my vocal ability. I feel like I can really control my vocals, but it also gives me like this kind of freedom, you know?
So you can kind of play around because you know you can go big if you need to.
Exactly.
You can play small if you need to as well. Do you think we're going to get any opera music going forward?
You never
An
know.
album, maybe? Okay, you're open to it?
Everything is possible for Cindy Louise.
You see, this is the kind of girl that I'm here for today. You're also a very hands-on creator, and I need to know more about this because I love the fact that you're also a DIY girly.
Yes.
Writing in your home studio, working closely with your longtime producer. I'm very curious about that relationship with Cali Beats. So talk us through your creative process. Like, how hands-on are we getting here?
Very hands-on.
Yeah?
I just always felt like I wanted to be very creative, and whenever I got someone outside, it just didn't all come together. So for me, I also feel like you can do everything. We're in this kind of time. You've got a camera, you've got your iPhone. I mean, you can literally record your music video on your iPhone.
It's true.
Anything is possible. So never let your budget determine anything. And that's just what I want to say to all those young creators out there. Like, if you have a passion, you can do it.
Oh my
you can do
gosh.
anything you want to do.
Agreed. And we've got editing software on our phones. You can literally make something sound and look as good as if you went to a whole team to do it in.
Exactly.
So is it a one-man band? Is it just you handling everything at the moment?
I really wish it was a one-man band, but I have to say it takes a little bit of a village.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful to have my parents who help me with everything.
Oh, beautiful.
Like, they're my biggest fans. My husband, he does all my photography and film.
Oh my God.
I also have a brother who's amazing, Sparky Media, so he does a lot of my filming too.
Stop.
Very happy about that.
So everybody surrounding you is just uplifting you, going, yes, Cindy Louise, we're here for your upliftment, your growth, your journey that you're going on. That is incredible to see as well. Shout out to the parents and the hubby. Shout out to the hubby too. Now, as a South African, you know you are thriving internationally, which is beautiful and we love to see it. And you have grown a fan base across Europe, across the UK, and of course here at home. So what message do you think you want to give to your South African audience, and then also hopefully encapsulate the international growing audience that will also be experiencing you?
I just want to say that anything is possible if you just have the determination and the willpower, you can do it.
Yeah.
I started from nothing, and through just hard work, I've become something that even I don't even recognize. So I'm very proud of myself, very proud of everyone that grows within themselves. So
when you say you started from nothing and now you are this superstar that we love to see, what do you mean? Where was the start and where are we now?
So the start was literally when I got up on stage, I had this huge hat on. I couldn't even look at people when I performed. I was like, no, don't even look at me. I'm scared, you know? And now I just thrive with people looking at me. I love it. I love being on stage. I love everyone watching me. I also just love spreading this message of empowerment for women.
Yes.
It's so deep within myself, and it makes my life so much more fulfilling to know that I have a message to say.
I love that. And let me tell you, the energy is so reciprocal. Once you put it on out there, I grab onto it and I'm going, yes, I am that girl and I can do what you said I can do. So thank you so much for your beautiful energy. And we're so looking forward to the performances that are coming your way. We listened to the sound check earlier, and yes, like I said, we're obsessed. So stick around right here, Expresso fam, because you're in for such a treat with Cindy Louise in just a bit.
Oh, yeah, and when we talk about a sound check kind of hitting its mark, we've been losing our minds with the crazy energy here, and she just calmed us right down, so she's going to do the same for you. But lest I forget, I've got a smoking hot pan right in front of me because we're making steaks today. It's Monday, and we are kicking off the week with a seriously tasty recipe that's guaranteed to lift your mood and your appetite. We are talking sizzling, colourful, flavour-loaded steak fajitas, the kind that hit the pan with a perfect sear and then fill your kitchen and your heart, okay, with love and a smoky aroma. Think tender strips of steak, vibrant peppers, warm tortillas, and all the zesty toppings that your heart desires. And it's super, super easy. We're going to call this meal prep for the next 5 minutes. I don't know how long this is going to last, my friend.
I've got your peppers, don't worry. Isn't she
amazing.
just everything? That
I know.
outfit,
and that's the kind of artist you want to get on the manifestation station.
Agreed.
Hey, speak it into reality. I love that. So you're right at jump into your job.
Might
I know
as well.
it. I think we created a job for you that didn't really exist, okay? But I know you like to be active in the kitchen. So you've got the peppers and our onions, which is great for a fajita, and it's color and it's beauty, and it's, for me, I love the crunchy elements, so we don't want to overdo it.
No.
So you could almost just even add those fresh to this when I'm finished, but I like the fact that you got a little job. So
it's on a low and slow, so don't
it's on a low and slow.
Yeah.
So I've got some beautiful meat. I'm not going to say which one we've used. It actually looks like it might be the ribeye, but we've sliced it up, and now we are going to prepare it. This is a bit of a marinade. 20 minutes is all it needs, but if you can give it 2 hours, go for it. Lemon juice.
Oh, lemon juice.
So we're going to start breaking down those fibers. A little bit of oil so we can get a nice sear. Then we've got paprika and garlic powder. Garlic powder, onion powder, include them in everything. It just adds a layer of flavor. And then we've got our mixed herbs and a bit of salt and pepper.
Some paprikas as
I'm
well.
going to put this all in there, actually. And mix it together. Like I say, if you can do 2 hours, I mean, the more the merrier. Obviously, we want the acids to break down the fibers of the meat, make it really, really nice and tender, but you also want the flavor to develop.
And look at that.
So
Listen, your meat has to have color on it.
Completely.
Even before you cook it. Like, give it a little something. Bathe it in a little something.
Time. You know, we talk about time, and we talk about time. But with steaks, it's about time before. Get it to room temperature. Make sure when you sear it, it's at room temperature, and it's been sitting there for like at least an hour. Let it oxidate. Get that little kind of surface, whatever that funkiness is on, because that's going to give you the crust that you need. And then just cook it fast.
Just go for it.
Okay, I was so fast, I didn't even finish slicing, because I like to have a special kind of look to my fajita, okay? I'm cooking these like individual steaks.
Nice.
So from
it also
here,
doesn't need a lot of time, hey?
No, not at all. You want a good sear. And I think I learned this lesson on a certain cooking reality show.
Yeah.
Let your pan be hot, yo.
Okay.
Let it be as hot as the sun when you're cooking steak. No, it's no joke. You want to, especially with a beautiful steak, you still want fat to render, so you want to get that flavor out, but you don't want to cook it too much.
Yeah.
It's going to be just fine with a little bit of a sear on either side, and then probably the residual heat from the pan once you mix those veggies in.
So the idea is once that's basically cooked to throw this in your pan?
Yeah,
Or
but I
to
mean,
throw
that's
yours
looking
in this
good.
pan.
I would throw that in here.
This in
and then
there.
you're going to get more of those flavors
Oh,
mixing through.
yum.
But look, we're getting a sear already.
Oh, yay.
I'm here for that.
I got a cast iron pan, I think I told you, for my wedding. I use and abuse that pan.
Have you stopped using it for anything
I have
yet?
not, it has not even left my stove unless I wash it, but I just leave it there. Every time I need to cook, I go.
You make oats in it now, even. I fry my oats now because I love it so much. That's good. Eh? Out of all of your wedding gifts, are you using the stuff that you were giving? Because you had a plan and you were
I
like,
did.
I'm not going to get the nonsense stuff. I'm going to get the stuff that's
Practical,
going to...
functional. I just haven't touched my 16-in-1 cooker. It's like almost like a, what do you call those? You know those cookers?
A cooker. It's a 16-in-1 cooker, man. Everyone's got one of those.
16-in-1 cooker. I haven't touched
For cooking,
that yet.
for baking, for
all of
everyone.
the above.
Okay.
Apparently it can even, cure disease and clear my debts. I don't know. It does a lot, but I have not tried to use it. It's on top of my fridge. Everything else I have, though.
Well done. And you will find a way. Now I'm desperate. I'm going to go look up 9 different ways of using your 16-use cooker. But I think this is looking
That looks
great.
fantastic,
You can
great.
see the caramelization on the outside. It's getting a little bit crusty. So you know you're getting that flavor development. Absolute win. And then we add our veggies and we somahoy.
A little sauce on top to add the goodness.
You can wrap it, you can roll it, you could toast your little tortillas over an open flame. However, I know we mix up our tortillas and our quesadillas and all of those things.
Right.
It's all basically
Forgive
a
us.
wrap to me. Okay, that's how I see it. And then
It is.
I like toasting off the wrapper afterwards again, just to give it a bit more body. But your fajita, your way, man.
Yeah.
You know. And
make it a burrito. You know what
100%.
I'm saying? Add some beans. Why not? That looks fantastic.
just get a whiff of this.
I am.
I
and
would
it's
say
so
give
good.
it some heat, give it some of that smoky heat, like a smoked paprika or
Yes.
something like that, just leans into the Mexican flavor profile.
Yeah.
But that is done.
Are you
and
ready
then
for my peppers?
Just do it.
Okay.
Add some color to my life, my friend, just like you do every
definitely
day.
will. Come on now. And a little bit of oil. There's some residual oil too.
It's all right. We're using
Okay.
olive oil, which is great, and you can just...
Could I
get
add some
in my
garlic in
belly.
here?
You can add whatever you want. I would
Okay.
put some bird's eye chilies. I'm on a massive bird's eye chili thing.
Spice.
We never find them. Like, for some reason, bird's eye chilies are being kept. They are being gate kept.
Gate kept.
Okay, someone is keeping all the chilies. But I love that. I love a bit of
Okay.
heat like that. But a smoked chili would be great.
A chili is a chili to me. When I see them, I avoid them. I never buy
My
chili.
head starts to sweat a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh.
Guys, I will say it again. I was all over, I was in France now, in the
that looks
culinary capital of the world. I still, every meal we had,
Yeah.
wished a South African chef had made it. I've been South Africanized.
You
I have, man. I think our flavor
have.
palette is so well developed.
It's so good.
We blend flavors beautifully. We lean into tradition, but we, I think, have access to such amazing produce here that we've learned to really value that and hero that. So
Yeah.
kudos to all of the amazing South African chefs out in the world. You guys, and we've got a name for ourselves as well, not just in rugby,
What,
but
Sappho?
in cooking as well.
What
hey?
is it?
You said
Oh,
that
I
like
thought
was like
you-
in a mean thing. No, I mean like we're actually quite
Oh,
well
we've got a
loved.
name for
Yeah, maybe not in France over this last week.
I thought you meant we have
or
a
in
name.
Italy, we actually the Springboks are going to leave us very few places to go and visit.
We do have a name. It's Gimba.
Gimba.
Gimba. Yeah, that's where we are right now because we're about to eat some of this.
All right.
Okay, how does one...
You roll it and you fold it and you chow it. Okay.
You took a bit of mine there.
Oh, did I? Sorry, man. But that's how this is a collaboration. We
It's
work.
a collaborative effort.
I feed off you a little bit every day, like some ancient Roman parable. Cheers. Ching, ching.
Cheers.
So you've gone for full wrap. I've gone for...
Oh, I see, I see.
I'm using my tray as
Okay.
a... Okay, I want some meat in there as well. Oh, oh wow.
Yum.
I don't know why I turned into a cartoon.
There's some
villain.
coriander in there.
Yeah, and there's some chili in there.
I feel it.
It looks like I found all the bird's eye chili that went missing in the whole of South Africa.
His
It's
eye
in my
just went
computer.
red, but hey, shift happens. So what can we do? On the other side of
I
this
like
break,
that.
we're getting into that book and ways that you can be flexible.
And it starts with little shifts, which I think is going to excite most of us. I'm going to see if I can shift more of this into my face.
Do it. Yum.
I got a lot of chili there.
Oh, man.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh.
Anyone for ice cream?
Whether it's lunch with the family, birthdays, fries, or just because, there's always more Country Fresh desserts to share. So get sharing, because there's 5,000 Rand plus a Country Fresh hamper up for grabs every Thursday on The Expresso Show. To enter, share your Country Fresh dessert on The Expresso Show or Country Fresh social media pages. T's and C's apply.
Country Fresh. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Our bellies are full and now we've got to get our minds right. Now this morning we have a performance and resilience expert coach who's helping people not just survive stress but use it to grow. I'm talking about none other than Richard Sutton, founder of Sutton Health and also author of The Stress Code. Now it's out with a powerful new book right now. It's called Shift Happens, 12 Tools to Calm, Strengthen and Transform Your Life.
Well, I'm hoping
Brilliant
we can
name.
get this down in like 24 hours because I feel like I'm going through one of those weeks, one of those days right now, maybe one of the most stressful moments of my life, and maybe you're going through something like that right now. Well, luckily we get to lean into this, drawing on 25 years of science and real-world experience, lived experience. Richard shares his tools trusted by Olympic athletes, by business leaders, change makers, artists who are able to respond to stress with clarity. And he's here to unpack how small, proven shifts can help us reclaim control.
Does happen, but I love the fact that you've got some solutions, 12 in fact for it. But congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
I hope you're feeling good. And welcome to the show. Sorry, we just went full in there.
But this must happen with everyone you talk to, dude. There are about 30 jumping off points with you. And what I love about this is immediately everyone self-indulges. I'm like, okay, thank goodness you're here, buddy. Let's start.
Let's go.
But let's talk about this particular shift, because shift happens, man, every day. But this has got to be a big shift for you. So why this now? Talk us through your journey and where you're at.
So statistically, 1 in 2 people are struggling or will struggle.
Sure.
And I think kind of one of the central threads with this realization of the book is how do we make this simple? How can we make this relatable? How can we make this practical and just something that we can use right now?
That's brilliant. And thank you that you came to that realization, because as you said, 1 in 2 people, I think it's both of us,
I
actually.
always want to say,
it's 2 in 2 people.
How do you dumb it down? How do you dumb it down?
But you do talk about things that I think are quite relatable, especially this time of year, stress, burnout, self-doubt. And you say that these are kind of signals and not signs of failure. So can you please break that down? And also, can you explain how I think readjusting our perspective on that kind of makes the biggest difference?
It's an amazing thing, because how we see a reality is how it unfolds and how it manifests. And that's the power of this internal narrative. So if we become our own coach, our own mentor, instead of that negativity that's all pervasive, if we don't perform, we don't succeed, we don't thrive in an existing environment, we become our worst critic. And the interesting thing about that criticism is it's probably the most stress-inducing state that we could be in. It increases our stress hormones by 136%.
Yeah.
But if we can shift our narrative in terms of like, I can do this, I've got this, I've been there, I've come through it, I can rise. And just the simple shift, and it takes about 21 seconds of putting it on repeat.
Wow.
We can bring these stress hormones down, so we can feel the sense of confidence starting to become more pervasive. It's quite an amazing thing.
Yeah, I mean, and shame on us for not leaning into this, but it's often, because it's so right in front of us, and I laugh, I always think about this stretch of highway. To your point, exactly, it doesn't matter what state we wake up in. By the time we get to the end of the M3 here and we turn right to get into this space, it's not our energy anymore. This is a shared energy space, and you best be ready to plug in with your smile. And it's quite you work in the space every day, but it's become a practical thing. But literally by every off-ramp, you're improving. Gratitude is a big thing, but it's not just gratitude for the sake of like, I want, it's I actually deserve. Let's look at those practical tips. Cold exposure being one, and I want to use this because it brought about a physical transformation in me, but far greater an emotional shift. It allowed me to tap into things that I just didn't know. What is it about this that you back?
Well, it's a crazy thing. First of all, there's incredible research on cold exposure. And the cold exposure that we see people getting into, these like ice tubs, we don't have to do that. We can have a cold shower. Yeah. We can just be cold. Within minutes, but it's a gradual escalation of influence. What I mean by that is that every hour that passes after a cold exposure, we feel less and less exists in the brain, which has one job: reduce the experience of stress. And cold exposure triggers that molecule.
Presses that button.
Okay, so if we're not about to take a cold shower, because I don't know if I can commit to that, how about some movement? I know that's another one that you mentioned. Just 6 minutes of it. So how exactly does this work?
Wow. It's got to be a hard 6 minutes.
Okay.
And it's a funny thing. So there's kind of now what happens is there's a buildup of lactate. You know, from using carbohydrates within the muscles, there's this buildup of metabolic waste products, and that buildup then starts inhibiting certain molecules that trigger the stress response itself. So we can like shift our perceptions, basically things that are normally stressful, not stressful. Why? Because I've kind of created this molecular kind of alteration or cocktail.
And that's hilarious, because
like
we'll
the idea
often
of
lean into
cocktail.
that being the meditative effect of running because you're out there or because you're exercising. I always used to think of like, train until you're sat and then you feel better. But it's that crossing that very, very line. I love that. You use breathing all the time.
Have to.
Maybe it's our first stress response. I remember saying to someone, they were like, why do you sigh so much? So I don't have to kill someone. But it is. There's something about our breath work. Why is that something that you lean into as a practical tool?
So there's two responses that we can tap into. One is that immediate. This is a very stressful situation. It's bright, it's light, it's all crazy, and I need to calm down here and now. And all I have to do is manipulate carbon dioxide levels in order to create self-regulation.
Right.
And all we need to do to achieve that is an inhale again, and an exhale 3 times. And in doing so, there's a 15.5% state change immediately.
I just love that you're backing everything by science. It makes me feel like I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Well, you haven't asked me to understand anything that you've said. You've just told me what to do. And I love that. When I'm stressed out, I don't want to try and understand my states. I want to shift. I just want to shift into a new momentum.
Agreed. And thank you for giving us 12 ways to do that. And then some. Shift Happens is a book that Richard, of course, has released. And we'll get into part 2 of this conversation in just a little bit. But I think number 13 on your list would include somebody by the name of Cindy Louise, because she's going to send our stress hormones all the way down.
Hello, my name is Cindy Louise, and this is my song, Closer to Me.
Closer, I know you wanna be closer to me. This distance, it'll mean nothing when we see each other like holiday, baby. Oh, I don't need a lover to hold me back, you see, but this hotel room is far too big for me. Kicking off my heels seems to be a great difficulty. Fabric clinging to my chest, to a nice little dress. I'm ready for bed. Calling my man on the phone is the key. Just you wait and see, it's the key. Unlock this door, bubble bath and clothes on the floor. for more. Closer, I know you wanna be closer to me. This distance, it don't mean nothing. Where we see each other like holiday, baby. Oh, closer, I know you wanna be closer to me. My heart starts to race uncontrollably, skipping beat every time I see. Oh, breakfast on the terrace, luxury, sunshine in my hair. Imagine you say to me, love you forever, wifey. Calling my man, it's just the key, you wait and see. Unlock this door, bubble bath and clothes on the floor. That rose and you like, get closer for more. Closer, I know you wanna be closer to me. This distance, it don't mean nothing. When we see each other like holiday, baby. Oh, closer, I know you wanna be closer to me. My heart starts to race uncontrollably, skipping beat every time I see. Oh, breakfast on the terrace, luxury, sunshine in my hair. Imagine you say to me, love you forever, wifey. Calling my man, it's just the key, you wait and see.
She is her. She is her. She said it, and now we believe it. Not that we doubt it at any point. Cindy Louise, you are fantastic. You look the part. You sound the part. We're so here for it. Please tell me we get more performances. Yes, she says yes.
Loads
very
of
quietly.
places, loads of
places. Hopefully one of them being right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So don't go anywhere. And then on the other side of this very short break, we're going to get back to our conversation about managing stress and anxiety and our daily lives along with Richard Sutton. But I think this is the perfect way to de-stress. Wouldn't you agree? We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. Great for some, stressful for others because now it's finite. Now the end of the year is here. All of those projects that we wanted to action are here or not. Oh, what are we going to do about next year? Life is so big. Let's calm down, please.
Okay, thank you, Gray, for reminding us. Welcome back, first and foremost. We're continuing our conversation with performance and resilience expert Richard Sutton. We brought in the right guy to do it, author of the powerful new book, Shift Happens.
Can we pick up where we left off?
Please,
Because I love the fact that you have gone very molecular with this, very practical. It doesn't require much understanding, just doing. And I think often when you're in the throes of something or when you're feeling up a height, you want to action. You don't want to go and sit in that feeling, but maybe we need to embrace it. If you're a leader of a massive organization, if you're a change maker, if you're out there making impact on the world, surely you're going to be feeling like this all the time. Can you talk to us about the work that you've done in those spaces? Does it look the same? If you're talking to a top sports star or just an average Joe, are you having the same conversation or is it different?
I think it's the same conversation. We have this assumption that these incredibly accomplished individuals have something we don't. False.
Wow.
Are you serious?
False. False, false.
Sure.
They have a passion, they have a dream, they have purpose, they've got a mission, they're committed. There's a full engagement in that journey. And we just need to apply that to our own lives.
Wow.
So we have that potential. And it's just to express that potential.
And unlock it as well. Okay, can you name drop real quick? Who have you worked with? Because when we say average Joe, it's just Carissa, but who else? Who's on the other side of that scale?
Is there a sports star? I know politicians might be a little bit NDA-ish, but are there some figures who have blown you away with how this is lived in their sporting space?
Yes, yes, yes. So in professional tennis, I've worked with 7 tennis players being #1. Maria Sharapova was one of those.
Look,
I mean, if you can work with Maria, you can work with me.
She did sports for the last week while I was in Paris, so now she understands.
I said, wow, no, I know that name. That is incredible.
Also consulted to a winning Olympic team for many years. I lived in Beijing, China. So that was an incredible experience.
Okay.
And what is that button that you push within them? Because you'd think being an Olympic athlete, you should know how good you are. But I suppose when everyone else is almost as good as you on the same field, maybe a different playing field. So what is that button that you push in there?
That button is mental and emotional. And there's been a lot of research on this. So we always think it's a physical superiority. It's better training, better facilities, better tactics, better technical prowess. No.
Wow.
So all the studies have shown that the difference between success and failure in those moments that matter most to us is how we deal with it emotionally.
It's the mental.
It's the mental.
Okay, so from Sharapova to the Olympic team to us here, I want you to go through how we can begin with some tools that make it manageable. Because like you said, there's nothing really that different. A mind is a mind, right? And you bend and move it how you can. So how can we sort of start today to make sure that overwhelm doesn't get the best of us?
You know, there was a mention of gratitude. And I think that's powerful. If we can start the day with a little bit of gratitude, and the reason I say that is because negativity and gratitude cannot coexist in the brain.
There we go.
So if we can start the day with a simple exercise, 3 things we're grateful for. Say it, think it, write it down. 3 things that we want for our lives. Say it, think it, write it down. And this is the hardest part now, the last part. 3 things that we believe are our strengths. Say it, write it down. Think it.
Okay, we've got a team writing it down for us. I'm going to start. So can you list me one thing?
That I'm grateful for?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm grateful for that I get to pursue my dream job every single day.
Wow.
That's
I like that. Are you writing that down?
I think they got it.
I would like to hear from you because your dial must shift all the time with each engagement that you have. What's on? What do you want to manifest on this manifestation station right now?
What I want to manifest is to be able to touch as many people as possible.
Wow.
To make a difference, to make people believe again, to make people clear in terms of what they want, who they are, where they want to go in life, and to just realize that we have this strength, we have this power, and we just need to tap into it once again.
Last week we had a motivational moment that was saying that the the richest place is the grave, right? Because there's so much unlocked potential that just passes away. And that hit me hard because I was like, wow, today is the day that you actually need to get up and do something about your dreams.
Buddy, I'm thinking because there are a lot of people. So
Yeah.
you are speaking to a lot of people right now, and this is going to live forever in digital spaces. And we have got one of the most beautiful and empowered viewerships that I've ever encountered in my many years on TV. And they keep pouring this energy back into us. What are your dreams for this country? How do we transfer what you are talking about here as an individual into the bigger space around us? Because we've got purpose-driven young South Africans ready to change the world. I think we are the it country in the world right now.
The it country, I love that.
What can we do as South Africans, as this nation, to take this, because this is beautiful, onto that next level?
You know, it's such an amazing thing. And when you're talking about Sia and just its influence on the world, what the Springbok rugby team has done for the world, and what like we keep doing it. We've done the impossible. We've achieved the impossible. We've transcended the impossible. This is who we are, and I think this is the time in a world that is so chaotic, a world that is so uncertain, a world that is in the midst of crazy change.
So polarized,
Who's better to take their place at the top and share their vision than South Africans? We've been there. We've been in the trenches.
Come on, our perspective is so unique.
Our perspective is incredible.
Sure.
And our work ethic.
Oh, yeah.
Our work ethic's extraordinary.
Yeah.
You're extraordinary.
You are. We're so engaged right now.
Can we sew you into the manifestation stage today?
I'm staying on this couch. Try get me off.
We might have a little pocket-sized one you can take. Richard, thank you so much for doing the work that you do every day, but also making it accessible to all of us, because we're realizing it's often the average Joes when it comes to the South African story that matter the most.
Absolutely.
These are the guys that are going to, and girls that are going to change the world around us. Oh, they are.
They are
You keep doing it, man.
And if you want to start your 2026 with less stress and more balance, more harmony, we do want this for you. We are giving away a copy of Richard Sutton's brand new book, Shift Happens, and entering is really easy. All you have to do is tell us this one thing. We want the barrier of entry to be small, okay? What is one shift you can make in your life right now to help reduce your stress in 2026? And you're not allowed to say your partner. You can't get rid of them.
Why did you even look at me when you said that? I've been away for a week. You're supposed to be missing me. You can let us know on the Expresso social media pages, please, and include that hashtag Shift Happens so we know that the answer is connected to this entry. And please, entries close Wednesday, the 19th of November at 9 a.m. We're going to get a lot of entries for this, so make yours absolutely amazing. Stop manifesting that right now, but you can find all the T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
Oh, what an incredible conversation that brings us right here. If you've been putting off that home project all year, I know the end of the year is beckoning, don't even worry about it. It's never too late to start. And with the holiday season just around the corner, this is actually the perfect time to refresh a room or revive your walls or finally give your home that color upgrade that you've been dreaming about.
And we are all about that. We are going to be visiting the Pitria Hardware in Meyerton. I haven't been there personally, but they look like a great bunch, and you'll know them in Johannesburg, meeting the real experts who know paint inside and out and discovering what makes them true Plascon handy heroes. Let's meet the team.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Pitria Hardware in Meyerton, Johannesburg.
Pitria Hardware is a family-run business with exemplary business ethic, exemplary service, and an eager team of sales assistants. What makes me proud of the store is the fact that we go above and beyond. From the cleaners to the directors, everybody makes sure that every single box is ticked and every need is met.
Our customers are countrywide. We don't have a certain group of clients. We serve any customer. We've got an online store that also couriers countrywide.
What makes Pitria the best hardware store in Meyerton is the fact that our customer service, it can't be matched anywhere else. We've got an awesome team of paint technicians, I can almost say magicians, because if there's a color that you can't find on the color board, we can always eye match it for you. We are really good at what we do.
We have a lot of Plascon products, so any Plascon need that you need, from a roof paint to a wall paint, we provide it for you.
What I love about the Plascon brand overall is that it has become a household name in South Africa. Everybody knows Plascon, and the fact that they've bettered their products to an extent that no other company can basically match. My favorite Plascon product would be the Velveglow non-drip enamel. It's fully washable, it's scrubbable, it's heat resistant, it's water resistant. It's an overall winner. And the satin finish just makes it so much better.
My DIY tip would always be cut the edges first. It makes the coverage more pleasant.
My DIY motto is let the color guide your soul.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
I love seeing people talk so passionately about
Same.
paint. Is it weird? No, we know a lot in the trade here, and we understand what having a resource like that to lean in absolutely makes all the difference. So thank you so much for your passion.
Absolutely. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, more to come. We're going to delve into some Korean cuisine in light of the G20 summit. We're welcoming a lot of cultures into our country, so why not explore them?
And then AfriSam doing something amazing, not with a plan B, but with a plan A that is making waves. No, we're going to get into a lorry that absolutely lands with impact in this space. And I think you want to find out more, and we'll do that after the break.
Get inspired by colour and stand to win. Plascon is giving away 2,000 Rand cash every Wednesday, and you could be our next lucky winner. All you need to do is follow Plascon South Africa on social media. Then head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram or X and tell us which of Plascon's handmade colour wheels is your favourite. Don't forget to include hashtag Plascon Colour Forecast 2026 in your entry. T's and C's apply. See expressoshow.com for more. Plascon, make your own world.
Italians got the win this afternoon, so job done. They're in a good mood.
Oh, girls. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Italians got the win this afternoon.
Oh, girls. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it's just gone 8 o'clock. Welcome back, Feel Good fam. The final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show gets started with your national news headlines, where President Cyril Ramaphosa says government will look into the circumstances surrounding a chartered plane carrying 153 Palestinians from Gaza that arrived in Johannesburg without standard exit documentation. Now, the passengers were held on board for more than 10 hours before 130 were admitted following humanitarian intervention. Now, their travel route, reportedly involving Ramon Airport and Nairobi, remains unclear, while the Palestinian embassy alleges the group was exploited by an unregistered organization. Now, authorities plan a full assessment to determine how the journey was arranged and who facilitated it. In other news in the country, former South African ambassador to the United States, Franklin's son, has died at the age of 86, prompting tributes for a life marked by service in education, business and diplomacy. Now, born in Forsberg and raised in Queenstown, he rose from teacher to respected executive, serving on major company boards and later becoming Democratic South Africa's first ambassador to Washington. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa praised his commitment to transformation and community upliftment, while condolences have been extended to his widow Joan and their children. Well, internationally speaking, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan has committed to investigating deadly violence linked to last month's election, acknowledging the grief experienced by the affected families. Now, human rights groups and opposition party Chadema claimed hundreds to more than 1,000 people were killed after key opposition figures were barred, triggered widespread protests. Now, the UN also believes large numbers died in the unrest, which became the country's most serious political crisis in decades. Now, a new inquiry commission will determine the causes of the clashes and recommend steps toward national reconciliation. In other news, South Korea has finalized a major agreement with the United States to build nuclear-powered attack submarines, with Washington approving cooperation on fuel sourcing. Now, the deal follows last month's broader trade agreement that reduced reciprocal tariffs to 15% after Seoul pledged substantial investment in the U.S. The submarine partnership comes amid heightened tensions involving North Korea and China and will significantly enhance South Korea's naval capabilities, which currently rely on diesel-powered vessels. Now, construction is expected at a Hanwha-operated shipyard out in Philadelphia. And closing off on a feel-good note for this Monday, where Springbok captain Siya Kolisi spent a joyous Saturday in Turin, Italy, first guiding his team to a spirited 34-14 win, then swapping his rugby boots for pure fan energy at the ATP Finals. Now, fresh from earning his 101st cap at Juventus Stadium, he headed to the Inalpi Arena, where his love of tennis shone bright. Now, he chatted warmly with world #1 Carlos Alcaraz and Canadian star Felix Auger-Aliassime before delighting the crowd by dancing on the big screen during his change of ends when cameras scanned the cheering audience. Now, yesterday, the Italians had plenty to celebrate, though, as Jannik Sinner claimed the title, defeating Alcaraz in straight sets for his 13th consecutive indoor victory. But let's shine a light back on Siya, because this moment brought me so much joy this weekend, and I thought, why not show you as well?
Oh my goodness. Oh.
It is so precious to see a Springbok fan at the height of his career also supporting and celebrating yet another person at the top of his career, fangirling and the likes. Just completely starstruck with the, oh, we love to see it here. And it's great to see that we feel the same way about you, great stars, bringing us to that final sporting bulletin, and Gray has got the latest.
Only thing that could make it better if Siya actually just walked into studio and came and explained himself. What a beautiful moment. So let's talk about the 24 hours that led up to that incredible moment. And of course, the Springboks front and center. They overcame another controversial early red card to beat Italy 32-14 in Turin the day before. Again, playing nearly the entire match with 14 men on the field. So despite Franco Mostert's rather harsh dismissal, South Africa's defense held firm before their dominance showed late on. And Damian Willems, a big part of that, he shone. And the Boks ran in 4 tries to secure a composed and very hard-fought victory on their outgoing tour. Perfect prelude to the big one up against Ireland. Now let's get onto the footballing lane, and South Africa again dominating. They cruised to a 3-1 victory over Zambia in Gqeberha, delivering a composed and clinical AFCON warm-up performance. Osman Apolasi opened the scoring before super sub Mohaun Kota added a brilliant second and then assisted Spapelo Setole for that third. So Zambia, they did grab a late consolation goal, but Bafana dominating throughout and of course boosting that much needed momentum ahead of Morocco 2025. The signs are there. Now let's get into cricket, and another amazing moment. In fact, South Africa stunned India with a 30-run victory in the first test at Eden Gardens. And you wouldn't have thought so looking at the score earlier in the day. They were defending just 124. How did they do it? Simon Harmer's superb 4 for 21, and then Themba Bavuma, the captain's gritty unbeaten 55, proving decisive as India collapsed for just 93. Marco Jansen and Keshav Maharaj also delivering some key strikes, sealing the Proteas' first win on Indian soil in 15 years. What a way to do it. Now we return back to that rugby tennis beautiful moment and see just the minutes that led up to that, as a local lad, Jannik Sinner, capped a superb week in Turin by defending the Nito ATP Finals crown, beating Carlos Alcaraz 7-6, 7-5 in front of an electric home crowd. So the Italian held his nerve in those big moments and then stretched his indoor winning streak as a result to 31 matches. So it's a victory that now closes his brilliant season with authority and of course sets up up a blockbuster 2026 and perfect rivalry with the world #1 Carlos Alcaraz. So we are looking forward to that with relish. But that's where we leave our sporting highlights for today. Let's see how the roads are looking.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's touch down in 3 provinces, starting out with roads in Gauteng and Benoni, where there's a stationary vehicle on the N12 eastbound before Tom Jones Road. Now, currently the right lane is closed, but there is free-flowing traffic, so please do approach that area with caution regardless. Out in Cape Town in Milnerton, there is congestion on the N7 North at Bosmansdam, so expect delays and add some extra travel time into your plans as you head out this morning. And last but not least, out in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, there's a crash on the N3 northbound before Umgeni interchange. Now, the left lane is closed, so do stay aware and drive carefully as you hit the road. That's where we leave your roads for this morning. Let's have a final look at your weather. Well, in your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain for the Limpopo Valley and the Lowveld of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, with flooding possible in low-lying areas, roads and informal settlements. Now, Johannesburg Emergency Services urge residents to avoid river crossings after an orange level 9 alert brought flooding to Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo over the weekend. Now, extremely high fire danger persists in the Kamiesberg municipality of the Northern Cape, as well as parts of the Western Cape. And for that final sunrise view of the hour, we brought in the best of the best. East London, through the eyes of Keith, looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, the contrast in the sky and then meeting the horizon there in the middle with the sun and in the darkness of the ground. Keith, this is a work of art. Well done on capturing the morning so incredibly beautifully. And 22 degrees once the clouds move out the way is what you can expect on your side of town. But you've definitely added the cherry on top of our Monday, so thank you so much for doing your country proud. And on 06303699649, you can too be like Keith and share what your morning view looks like. We've got the rest of the week to get through, but for now, we got to get through your temperatures for the day.
I know we have asked a lot of you this Monday morning already, so thank you so much for playing your part. Let's give you a little something back. Well, hopefully, if you start your Monday by playing the Daily Lotto, there is an estimated 350,000 Rand sitting in that jackpot today. And then, of course, we add the new Daily Lotto Plus for an estimated 100,000 Rand sitting in that jackpot this Monday. Let's push back the Monday blues. So what are you waiting for? Go and get those tickets. You can do it in-store. You can go online right now, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use our own cell phone banking setup, or you can literally pick up your phone, dial *120 *7529# and follow the prompts. Super easy, and we put all of those details up on the Expresso socials, so you can just check them out. And then don't waste any time. Play your Daily Lotto for an estimated 350,000 Rand and Daily Lotto Plus, an added 100,000 Rand in that jackpot today. You could double your chances of winning. So all the best of luck. Now, I know we have been asking a lot of you in terms of understanding the impact of the G20. South Africa front and center for the globe right now. We're not going to talk finance. We're going to just chill it out and talk food. In fact, we're going to introduce you to some of the beautiful cultures of the world. We love the idea of smoky Korean barbecue, and we are going to do a deep dive right now. If that's your flavor profile, stick around. We'll see you now.
You gotta do things that make you scared.
Whatever your reason to go,
you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back to the kitchen. You're going to get your just rewards right now. We know on the show, food has an incredible power to connect cultures. And with the G20 summit on the horizon here on local shores, we are celebrating that spirit through global flavors. I'm not going to ask you to think about anything financial, just food this morning. This morning, we are shining a spotlight on Korean cuisine, one of the vibrant culinary traditions represented, of course, amongst the many G20 nations. And joining us is a very proud advocate, chef and food and beverage director, Reynold Damons. He's here to take us on a delicious journey, I hope, through some Korean classics. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
I love the flavor profile. There is something I feel quite synchronistic with the South African flavor profile here. We love big flavors, we love smoky, but this is on a different level. So how did you come to fall in love with Korean food? I mean, you've worked at some of the best restaurants, best sites, 5-star in the world. How did this steal your heart?
You know, obviously in my journey, I worked with a lot of Korean chefs, especially in New York, where I followed that journey of culinary. And one of my senior chefs was a Korean guy, and he's like, I'm going to take you to a little town in New York, and then you're going to have to taste, and you tell me what's going on.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was blown away with the flavors. And when you look at Korean cuisine, it's all about culture and food.
And we understand that well here, hey?
Yes, exactly, exactly. South Africa is mimicking that, or we're the same. But Korean food is phenomenal, phenomenal. The flavors, everything in Korean food is all about the flavor.
And big flavors, which means, or says to me that you can't go in blind.
No.
You've got to have kind of a basic principle to operate on so that we don't kind of just push that boat out too far, but maybe push it out just far enough. And we've got an opportunity to explore this through 2 dishes. So I'm going to keep plugging your amazing brain as we go, but talk us through what we're going to be creating and tasting today.
Okay, so the first dish we're going to do today is called bibimbap. Bibimbap, it's bibimbap.
Bibimbap. I love the sound of that.
Yeah, so it's a Korean dish, obviously with vibrant colors. So in South Africa, we have the 7 colors on your plate. Korea has the 5 colors, but I've added a little bit more elements to it as well. But it brings everything together. So bibimbap is a dish where it's called mix. You mix everything together, and then you eat it like that.
It's like the original pokey.
Yes, yeah. And that's correct, yeah, that's correct. And, but for me, this stands out more than the poke bowl because it's hearty. So in the elements here, I mean, we have shimiji mushrooms. I added a little bit of steamed broccoli, some sugar snaps. Kimchi goes in there. Some minced meat, baby spinach, and obviously the piece de resistance is the egg on top.
And maybe that's the thing that South Africans jump on. As soon as you can put an egg on top of it, we're like, okay, it's fine, it can stay. Everything is gorgeous. It's theatre as much as anything else. So I can understand, like in a food culture setting, how vibrant that space must be. But what I'm loving the most is you've retained the colour. We haven't cooked away any of the nutrients. No. That's brilliant. So how do we put it together? How do we compile?
So obviously, we've got sticky rice, which was cooked the night before.
Okay.
So obviously, we use it for our Japanese cuisine, our sushi and all of that. So what we'll do is we'll add, obviously, the mince. This mince is marinated with garlic, onion, ginger, and we add a little bit of pear and some kiwi as well for a little bit of flavor in there. Okay. So Koreans are very much about pear, apple, kiwi in their marination.
You're opening my eyes, because these are all very sweet flavor profiles.
Sweet. So Korean food is more about sweet, savory, and salty.
I love it, with a bit of heat.
With a bit of heat, a little bit of heat, and the heat is obviously in the gochujang, fermented red chili paste, So that's the predominant ingredient in the Korean cuisine. So I'm going to do some carrots.
And there's not too much sauce going on there. And I think something we lean into, maybe this is something we've gotten from our European friends, combine it all in a sauce and bring it all together like this. But this feels like very individual components that have to kind of sing together.
Yes. So everything here we're going to eat now, we're going to eat it together. We're going to mix it in together and we're going to eat it all together.
Yes, we are, Raymond. Yes, we are. I'm seldom this excited about a taste test, but it's the visual component that just pops. And it feels very nutritious. I mean, you're getting from fermented elements in there that are going to be beautiful for the gut.
Yes.
Beautiful heroed proteins as well. Great vegetable components. This is a beautifully balanced meal, and you can literally see the balance on the plate coming to bear.
So technically, you're supposed to cook everything ahead. But I want you to feel the crispness in the vegetables. I want you to taste the crispness, the freshness of the broccoli stem, the shimiji mushrooms. And obviously the snap peas.
Oh, how do you cook the snap pea? Is it a flash?
No, so it's blanched in salt water. Blanched in salt water for about a minute, 2, and then ice in the ice bath. Immediately in the ice bath.
I have a feeling there's a little hack in there. For someone who's wanting to, because I think people are intimidated to push the boat out, to use my age-old term, when it comes to trying new cuisines like this. What advice do you have for someone who's wanting to tackle Korean cuisine with confidence?
Read up about it.
Do the
due diligence. Follow the recipes. You know, everything needs to be in line. You know, if you're cooking for a Korean person, it's going to be hard because he's going to crit you and he's going to, in the thick Korean accent, they're going to nail you for it. But practice. Just take the recipe, practice it 2-3 times, and then you take it from there.
Oh, just be brave enough to just go and do it. Do your due diligence, and I'm speaking to those financial minds ahead of the G20 as well. But get out there and explore an opportunity of a meeting of cultures like this. We know what that represents in terms of the G20 for all of the countries connected, certainly for South Africa in terms of us letting the rest of the world understand who we are, why we make the choices, why we are so motivated to live in the way that we are. And I think food and culture is going to be one of those things that's going to connect everyone coming to our beautiful country. So I'm so glad that we can show a little bit of appreciation as much as we're going to show off South Africa.
So the main ingredient here is the kimchi, fermented cabbage, Chinese cabbage.
For the absolute win. And then as you put this egg on, don't worry, we'll return into our Korean palate in just a moment to continue this incredible journey. But now you know the meal is complete.
There we go.
A beautiful egg on top, and of course the kimchi making all of the difference,
Yep.
and then
The
a little bit
gochujang.
of heat.
The gochujang.
Gochujang to complete. Raymond, you're an absolute genius. Thank you so much. You can hop on board our socials and scan QR codes and cook along and get creative yourself. We're going to continue with our taste test in just a moment, but it looks spectacular.
Right now, we turn our eyes in this direction because you might have seen AfriSam featured in our My Design Rules Season 2 build-up here on Expresso. Now, they've played a big role in helping our teams create some truly impressive spaces that celebrate local design, but also innovation. At AfriSam's story, it goes so much deeper than the concrete and creativity that we see on our screens. Now, their focus is on building real possibilities for people, for communities, and for the future of our nation. That vision inspired a powerful project called Plan A, a free architect-approved modular home design created together with Promises Agency and Black Studio Architects. Now, this one is designed especially for South Africans who build their homes gradually. Plan A provides access to professional, safe, and stylish housing plans that makes quality living so much more affordable, but also achievable. Now, their project has already been recognized for its impact, earning a Gold Lurie Award for creativity and social innovation, which deserves a round of applause in and of itself. So let's take a look at how AfriSam's Plan A is helping South Africans lay the foundation for stronger communities, one home, one family, and one dream at a time.
South Africans have a 2.1 million government housing backlog, seeing many take matters into their own hands to fulfill a dream, finding ways to build their own low-cost homes by resourcefully seeking assistance and advice wherever they can. But due to limited funds, a professional's input isn't possible, leaving the most important part of their home build at risk: planning. Resulting in unknown outcomes, generic layouts, unforeseen costs, and foundational defects over time, showing how exclusive quality building is before the first brick has even been laid, turning a symbol of progress into a future liability. Introducing AfriSam plus Black Studio Architects, Plan A. Open source architectural construction plans for low-cost homes, distributed through Africa's most available medium. Plan A uses an exclusive building system made up of modules, allowing a home to start small and grow in time. Considering varying space availability and different family sizes, with all the necessary information needed on one page. Architect approved and council submission prepared, ready to take away. A plan on a page that can be used to build directly by a qualified builder. Over 100,000 plans distributed nationally into targeted community newspapers, where census data reports a high potential of informal home builds. Digitally archived to download for higher reach. Democratizing quality build planning by turning a simple press ad into a plan for the future.
All right, we've seen a lot of clever things today. That's clever. Absolutely brilliant and inspiring initiative from AfriSam. I love it when people reframe things like this, proving that when you build with purpose, to use my P word, you build more than just homes, you build hope, something for others to rally behind.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And if you want to learn more about this or even download your free Plan A design, please go ahead and visit afrisam.co.za and start building your tomorrow today.
Right, we are building another Korean meal with Chef Reno. I think he's busy doing it as we speak. I couldn't taste because we needed to take photos. And I could literally feel our photographic team like, don't you dare ruin that egg. But we are going to have a little taste test after this. We are exploring the flavors of Korea ahead of, obviously, the G20 summit, where we connect over, yes, financial, big picture financial concerns, but also we connect over cuisines, through culture. That's what ties us together.
Agreed. And if in doubt, just add a fried egg.
And some
period.
Summer's heating up, and so are the prizes with Plascon's Win All Summer competition. Stand to win the ultimate holiday to the Maldives with 200,000 Rand, plus loads of weekly and monthly prizes. From shopping vouchers, JBL speakers, cash prizes, and unforgettable getaways to either Dubai, Zanzibar, Cape Town, or Vic Falls. To enter, simply spend 1,000 Rand or more on any Plascon product and choose one of 4 easy ways to submit your entry. Competition closes 28 February. T's and C's apply. Win all summer with Plascon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We are back in the kitchen with more Korean-inspired dishes, and Chef Raynor is here to guide us through a bit of a taste test. We've been doing some compiling in between. This time we're exploring this sounds amazing, bibim mandu and la galbi, 2 dishes packed with flavor and tradition. But before we do that, I just want to round off what we have created here. So talk us through our first creation that we loosely made together, and then you just very quickly threw together this little spectacular showstopper here. Talk us through these creations.
Okay, so the first dish is obviously we made bibi mandu, which bibi means mixed rice, everything together with elements of fresh vegetables and obviously the kimchi, the minced meat, and then the fried egg on top. Try and keep the fried egg quite yellow, so sunny side up.
Okay.
It was very difficult at 2 o'clock this morning.
But you nailed it, buddy.
Keep my egg sunny side up with that. The second dish is called bulgogi.
Okay.
Korean street food. It's very famous in the street food in Korea. So the elements here is the marination of the beef. This is actually Wagyu, so it's much nicer.
You don't play, hey? Sure, we.
With the pear, the ginger, the apple marination in there, some soya sauce in there, the sticky rice, kimchi, and the gochujang. The whole dish here is eaten in the lettuce. So you take elements of that, you put it in the letter, you wrap it up, and then you eat it.
And cheers. Yeah. The original street food. I love that, buddy. Okay, I'm not going to jump into the tasters just yet because our little kitchen fairies, thank you, Tiff, I love you so much, have brought in a few more toys to play with. So we're going to swap sides, and you're going to talk me through what has just entered the fray here, because this is making me very excited. Okay. I immediately have names for these in my head, which I know are going to be wrong. So please talk us through the dumplings that have been whipped out here.
Okay, so bibip mandu, which obviously means mixed again. Bibi means mixed, and mandu is obviously the dumpling. So I've done 2 versions of it. So this one is obviously the non-spicy one, and then this is the spicy one. It's a common dish that's eaten cold.
Okay.
It's not like everybody's always having warm pot stickers or dumplings warm, but this one is actually eaten cold with the salad. It goes with the salad, with a spicy salad. So I've added some cucumber, cabbage, some carrots.
And this seems to be quite a common thread, that we're eating a lot of fresh, salady type ingredients here. And as much as there's a lot of flavorful cooking, there is a very big homage to beautiful fresh produce and capturing it at its crispness, at its peak, yeah?
Exactly. So obviously, again, we're going with umami. So the flavors of sweet, salty, and so everything here. So this is the one dish that we're going to do, mandu, and then this is the Korean barbecue.
I'm thinking umami might have originated in Korea. When you think about that funk, I always call it the funkiness, where you can't quite put your tongue or your finger on it. Whether is it salty, is it sweet, it's funky. It's umami.
And it's the soy sauce. soy. You mean there's a lot of soy sauce that you're using in the marination of a product as well, especially in the Korean.
And the kiwi, man. Okay, so crack on. I know we're just forcing you to compound in record time like we're actually running a restaurant here, and we're going to have to serve these to paying customers.
Do you want the spicy one or do you want the...
Go with the spicy, my friend.
All right.
No, literally the only thing I can't eat is shellfish because I'm allergic. But everything else I will try with absolute relish.
Okay.
And I like the fact that with the Korean flavor profile, you've got big flavors, but one doesn't sacrifice another.
Yeah.
You can pick up the individual elements as you kind of go through that journey. Again, the fresh.
I'm just going to add a little bit of it.
Is it important to have this fresh element to cut through? Because when you're thinking of quite rich, strong flavors and beautiful, I mean, Wagyu beef, you don't get more premium proteins than that, but these are very rich proteins because of their fat content, because of how much effort has gone into them. So you kind of almost need that fresh to cut through that.
You do. You know, with Korean food is obviously, as I said, that sweet, spicy freshness that's coming together in one. And for me, you also want the crisp of that vegetable.
The mouthfeel, yeah.
You know, you want that, everything is bland. You know, in South Africa, they cook cauliflower till it's gone. They cook broccoli till it's gone. And then you get a mushy broccoli. But in Korean cuisine, and any other cuisine around the world, but especially Korean, it's all about the crispness of the vegetable and that you retain the flavor.
Oh, man, and we've got some of the best produce in the world, so honor that. Honor it, okay.
A little bit of spring onion here. And just a little bit of the bibimbap sauce. Again, the main ingredient is gochujang. That's the main ingredient. And then...
For the win.
There we go.
Oh, and I love this. You can just build it up. I love it when you build the blocks together to create something. I'm going to put this next to our little honors roll there. Absolutely amazing. And then you mentioned very quickly the final team member here. Talk us through that final dish.
So this is the Korean short rib, barbecue rib. So normally it's in a long, what I've done is I've snipped it up a little bit so you can have a little bit more and you don't have to cut it yourself.
Okay, a little less labor intensive.
Same marinade. Pear, apple, kiwi, ginger, soya sauce, everything, honey, brown sugar, everything in there to marinate it.
Oh, man. And then, of course, the results are spectacular. So while you do the final compoundings, I don't think I want to deny my beautiful co-host this morning the opportunity to taste along with me, because these look absolutely amazing. And I think my social media team will string me up outside if I don't let them get the perfect picture of these perfect dishes you've created. I think we are going to go crazy over Korean food for the next couple of weeks because I have a feeling we have just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
This is amazing. If you're going to explore another culture, start with the street food. Start with the stuff that has their emotional investment, that tells you so much about the culture there. And of course, we are ready to welcome the world to South Africa for the G20 summit, a vitally important moment, not just for South Africa and our emerging market and those that we kind of lead the charge for, but for the whole world to get a taste of us. So please put your best foot forward and proudly display South African cuisine with this same kind of passion and purpose. Reino, you're amazing, buddy.
Here we go.
Oh, man, now our menu is complete. I'm going to let you stand next to your creations because they look exquisite. Thank you so much for being here and proudly representing that beautiful crossover between South Africa and Korea. It's all about exploring culture through the best mode possible, the food. And yes, we'll do exactly that with a taste test in just a moment. That looks spectacular, dude. Well done.
Well, speaking of, we are exploring more cultures right now because did you know that with Turkish Airlines, you can turn a simple layover into an unforgettable adventure? Now, the amazing Tour Istanbul program offers complimentary guided city tours for passengers with transport times between 6 to 24 hours. And imagine being able to enjoy Turkey as you are moving over. Like, it's a win-win situation.
Well, why not?
Why not?
If you can, why would you not do that? Imagine stepping off your flight and in just a few hours exploring the Hagia Sophia.
Wow.
We've spoken about it on the show before. Look at that.
Look at that.
Come on, a few hours exploring this incredible site. Just that's a memory of a lifetime. Wandering through the breathtaking Blue Mosque, browsing the treasures of the Grand Bazaar.
Yes, please. It's calling my name. Look at that mosque.
Not that
Unreal.
you have to choose, but if you had to, what kind of excites you the most?
About Turkey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cop-out to say the food, but definitely the food and the dessert. But in terms of spaces, I would say if we're heading to Cappadocia, it's definitely the hot air balloons. If you're heading to the Bosphorus Strait, the bridge that kind of separates the two, it's just unreal at every corner.
I suppose having been to the Louvre and kind of seeing lived history kind of played out like that, I love historical sites, but I love the notion of being able to get out there. Can you imagine going into that Grand Bazaar? Thousands.
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest covered market in the world,
Wow.
but it's also a piece of living history because you know people have traded there for hundreds,
Yes.
thousands of years in that space. So there's just something so cool about that. I love it.
Incredible. And every time I learn about Turkey, I realize their history runs so deep, all the way back to the Ottoman Empire. But let's talk about the Blue Mosque. Now, its interior is lined with over 20,000 hand-painted Iznik ceramic tiles, and you can just see the wonder of it all.
I always think of what it must have been like seeing this for the first time in the era that it was built. You know, forget about the Burj Khalifa. You can imagine what it would have meant for those people
At
then.
the time?
Just mind-blowing. So, you know, we love the Grand Bazaar. I would definitely go that. 3,000 to 5,000 shops. So I don't know if you can use the whole break for just that.
Me, I will do that.
Maybe go in with like a clear idea of what you want to buy.
I feel like it's one of those places that will tell you what to buy, but we're looking forward to exploring that. Transport, entrance, and even fees and meals are included, and it's all free when you fly with Turkish Airlines.
That is so clever. We've had very clever people on the show today. You've done it, Tarkiye. Well done. So why wait in the airport when you could actually get out there and experience the magic of Istanbul? So please visit TurkishAirlines.com to search Touristanbul. Okay, that's a real word. We've made it so. And you can book your spot. It's as simple as that. With Turkish Airlines, you don't just fly, you widen your world.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
How jealous of you in the kitchen, exploring just the beauty of
I've left a
Korea.
few for you to taste. I have.
That's kind. You came back with a generous heart. I love to see it. We're also going to get into Turkish desserts, which I'll also keep you some, Gray, don't worry.
Maybe one.
Just one, just a small piece, a bite. And then also Cindy Louise is still here. We have to do a round of quick fire.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rite of passage. It has to happen right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll get into it straight after this.
Protea Hotels by Marriott is where hospitality feels like home. It's why when your family is with us, we treat you all like a member of ours. Book now and be more than a guest. Go there with Marriott Bonvoy.
feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, some festive cheer in our studio and a lot of cheer and positive energy because Cindy is here. We cannot wait to play our favorite game. It is a rite of passage and Cindy Louise hasn't been through it yet. So we are going to play quick fire questions.
Let's do it.
You're not even intimidated. I was trying to be all scary and intimidating. So the only thing, and I've got to tell myself as much as you, we've got to be quick, okay? Because I always want to ask a million questions. But these are great because we're going to find out some things about you. So don't think too much. Just fire for an answer. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
You're like the most ready artist we've ever had. Okay. What's the first thing you do before going on stage?
Drink water.
Okay.
There we go.
And the last thing you do?
Before getting off stage?
Okay, no, that's me. Dream collab. Who's at the top of that list? Because I'm sure there are a few.
There is a few. Olivia Dean.
Oh, why?
Yes, I just love her energy and she's just so cool.
Just so cool. I
She's
think
just
it'll
so
be a
cool.
really good match. I like it. The one song you can't stop listening to. It can be one of yours, could be any song. What's the earworm?
I'm going to say my song Obsession because I am obsessed.
I love that for you. And it is, and it must. Could you have done that song better if you had to go back and rewrite it?
Honestly, I don't think so.
You see.
Like, I love it. And, you know, there's this thing that you just have to be okay with what it is. End of story.
Oh, I like you. We're learning life lessons from you this morning. Favorite place in the house to write music?
My home studio.
Really?
Yes.
Hence why you've set it up.
Exactly.
Oh, and I can see a song brewing in the back of your mind there right now. That is really, really, really good. I don't want to ask too many of my own questions. If I had to send out for a coffee order right now, what would it be?
Ice latte.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm ready for you.
Oh, hey, an ice latte. I don't know how I'm classifying you in a different order now. We are out playing karaoke. What's that song you're going to sing?
Into the unknown.
Sure.
Yes.
Your friends allow you to sing karaoke?
No, nobody ever invites me.
I wonder why. You've seen her perform. The one word that describes your new era, because it feels like a new era. Encapsulate that in one word.
Main character with a hyphen.
Okay, I'll do it. And
Yeah.
she's sharp. Wow, I like that. I'm guessing, looking at your skill set, there are a few hidden talents here. What's the one hidden talent that might surprise people?
I love to bake.
Wow. Are you good at it?
I am good at well, I have to be because I have celiac disease. So I'm allergic to everything.
wow.
Well, gluten.
There are layers, and you still love to bake. You just like a challenge.
Exactly.
I can't eat baked goods, so I'm going to make it my challenge.
And
I
make it
love
better.
it. That's really, really cool. Favorite South African treat that you miss in the Netherlands? Because it's a different profile out there.
I'm going to say biltong because you can't get it there.
Oh, shame. Do you take a lot with you when you go?
I don't want to say I do because that's illegal.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't take any ever, if anyone's ever watching. Okay, well, seeing as you are the main character, what's the biggest main character moment you've had in recent times? Because I know there's been a few level ups.
So for this year, I'm going to have to say being on the televised competition Lift You Up in Belgium.
Well done.
Yeah. Don't know how you go from that, hey?
I think you're going to show us. You're going to find a way and you're going to show us. What you're doing is amazing, but the energy that you bring is just next level. So thank you so much. For once, we will concede she might be the main character for today. Absolutely love having you in our studio. And yes, we are going to get another performance in just a moment. But right now, we want to delve back into culture. And we've had our main courses sorted. So let's get into some traditional Turkish desserts.
Where desserts are more than just a treat. They're part of a rich culinary heritage. Now, Hussein Al Mohammed from Surrey Restaurant at the V&A Waterfront is here to share 3 Turkish favorites that truly just capture the texture, the aroma, and the beauty of traditional sweet treats. Now, we've got muhallebi, a milk-based pudding, as well as sütlaç, a creamy rice pudding, and last but not least, a delicious cold baklava. Why is dessert or sweet treat so special in Turkey?
You see, most of the stuff, the one we use there, it's organic, it's rich, it's the sweet, it's the balance of the ingredients.
Yeah.
Like what I explained to you about the pistachio, we have a lot of different places. Milk, it's very good. How the way we treat everything there we use, we had the best milk, the best yogurt, the best cheese. So we use those organic, natural items to present it in different way.
Yeah.
That's why our desserts come more unique from the rich history behind it.
Sure.
And the balance of flavors, the organic of items, and that's how you taste.
Oh, well,
Good
your
answers.
ancestors knew what they were doing, I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
Where's the best place to experience this? Would it be you making it for us at your restaurant or from your mother's hands?
Well, see, we bake it, but this recipe is not coming from nowhere. It's coming back from home. So we actually transferred that experience from back home through Turkey to South Africa, and we get a lot of warm welcome from the people here, and they like it. And the good part is actually everyone knows Turkey, but maybe they don't know so much about the dessert, and we have the chance actually to present something unique for them, and they love it.
Okay.
And now we are here.
We are here. And you say they love it. I said, do I love it? We're going to put it to the test. I'm kidding.
Let's
I know
go
that
ahead
I'm going
for
to
it.
love it. Let's start with the baklava.
Baklava.
Okay, so let's serve it up. Maybe we just put it in these bowls.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Hussein, that looks amazing. There
Thank you so
go.
much. I should serve for you. see?
No, it's all good.
Right.
I might as well use that spoon. Okay, the bit of pistachio. What else is in here? Some milk, some cream.
So that is like what you know, baklava. Baklava is coming from the pale pastry. So we had to lay out like different type of layer there. We put ghee and organic butter in between to press it. This is the first part from the bottom. And the second part, we had the pistachio. And the pistachio is the key and the main ingredient of the baklava. We lay it out again with another pale pastry. Between of them, there's a ghee and organic butter. And there we bake it in the oven. So now the difference is between every baklava when you take it out of the oven.
Yeah.
So that's one we call it cold baklava because we soak it with milk that's already been cooked with a little bit of vanilla and sugar.
It's the detail for me.
Yes. So the normal one, they put sugar syrup on top of that.
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
But we have the third one, which is the chocolate baklava. So we make the pale pastry with chocolate. So you have the sheet is a chocolate sheet.
Oh
so
my
you lay it
gosh. Saba, you are speaking my language. And you were right in saying a bit earlier, it's not too sweet. Like the flavors are so beautifully balanced.
100%.
The earthiness from the pistachios
Absolutely.
and the savoriness together with the chocolate and the creamy. Oh my gosh, 10 out of 10.
Here we
10
go.
out of 10. Baklava gets that. All right, the next one, sutlach.
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 And sutlach, it's actually things you can serve with all the occasions. Thank you so much. So you have it in all the occasions. Even for our engagement occasions, they serve sutlach.
Okay.
And as well muhallabi. For marriage as well, they do that. For like any gathering, you see those two items almost everywhere.
Always there.
Graduations, baklava, you see?
I
all
love
of
that.
So it's actually very unique items. And
So
if
this is kind of like a rice pudding, you were
it's
saying.
a rice pudding, but if you dig in it, actually, I'm going to give you some time to go for the flavors.
Okay,
and
let's see.
We'll see.
Wait, that is fantastic. What am I tasting? I want to say lemon, but I don't know. Is it lemon?
Doesn't
What am I
have
tasting?
lemon. So there is, I will tell you the ingredients direct and the preparation of it. So we have rice and we have milk. To make it thick a little bit, we add maizena to it. And we mix it a little bit with egg and vanilla and sugar.
Maybe it's the vanilla.
Yeah, so when we mix it together, all together, and being cooked. So we put in the clear pot and we bake it in the oven. And that's what's giving you extra flavors.
Oh, my, it's a flavor bazooka, as Graham would say.
100%.
That is fantastic. I never thought I would like rice pudding, but this is like top of my list right now. I might even like it better than the baklava, I'm just saying. Remind us of the name of the last celebratory dish.
So we're having muhallabi.
Muhallabi.
Muhallabi. This is a unique one, actually.
Oh. Is this toasted?
This is shredded pastry. And
Shredded pastry?
Yes, and they call it kunafa, or
Yes,
it's the
I've
same
heard of that.
dough. Actually, they use it for the kunafa, and same dough they use it for kataifi, and same dough they use it for the Dubai chocolates.
That's where I've
That's what
heard
it
it before.
But you have to know that's where it's come from.
Okay, the
Yeah.
origins, the origins.
That is coming actually from Turkey.
Oh, and then the layers that we have here
And
as
we
well.
lace
Okay, I've
out.
got to get through that. Wow. Okay, not a TV bite. I will put a disclaimer out. Oh, that's good. Oh, what a sweet taste of Turkish tradition that was. Now, these desserts remind us that food is not only about flavor, but also about heritage and storytelling. Now, you can experience these delights at Surrey Restaurant at the V&A Waterfront out in the Mother City. Now, Turkish Airlines invites you to fly different and widen your world. So plan your next trip at turkishairlines.com.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
Thank you so much. Yes, taste testing will be done, but I want you to really focus on me right now. I'm going to ask some important questions and make some important statements. Did you know that stress can make peptic ulcer symptoms like heartburn and acid reflux feel a lot worse? If you experience it, you get it. Relief can start with Alsanic. Alsanic is amazing. It provides targeted protection for your stomach lining and then lasts for 6 hours. It keeps working. And here's the best part. You don't need a prescription. Just 5 mils or 1 tablet goes a very long way. Alsanic is giving you the chance to win one of 10 1,000 Rand cash send vouchers as well, just to help you on your journey. So head on over to Alsanic's Facebook page right now and enter. I'm going to let you stew on that for just a moment. We'll see you in a sec.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh. Anyone for ice cream? Whether it's lunch with the family, birthdays, fries, or just because, there's always more country fresh desserts to share. So get sharing, because there's 5,000 Rand plus a country fresh hamper up for grabs every Thursday on the Expresso Show. To enter, share your country fresh dessert on the Expresso Show or Country Fresh social media pages. T's and C's apply.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. I did promise my work wife that I wouldn't dive into the food without you, and here it is.
Wow, what a
Absolutely
spread.
beautiful. I know, just gorgeous.
Bibimbap, bulgogi, and delicious food.
The kimchi is at the heart of it. Okay, so what, you can taste one. No,
Okay,
you can
I'm gonna
taste
go
everything, but we've
bibimbap.
got to try
This looks
something.
fantastic.
I know. Okay, you can have the honor of the egg.
Where are the chopsticks? Kimchi.
I know, at the heart of everything, we've got our mince in the middle there. Absolutely beautiful.
Some rice.
We've got our sticky rice. Chef Reno is just brilliant. You can see how he holds Korean tradition and cuisine in such high regard. So he has obviously paid it that respect by doing a deep dive, working with some of the best chefs in the world. Obviously, ahead of G20, we're wanting to welcome our international visitors as best we can. I'm going to use my fingers, I'm sorry, for one of our...
Oh, that's good. Spicy. There's some spice on here.
And these dumplings you can have cold. They often are eaten cold.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of fresh ingredients, pops with flavor, pops with nutrients, and is delicious. I'm going
Yeah,
to put the whole
this is
thing
like,
in my mouth.
they call it a sum, and then you take the leaf, and then you add everything in. You dip
Exactly.
it, and then you eat it.
Cover.
Okay, I'll do it. Ha. It's a big piece of meat.
Look, I can hear myself eating through my earpiece. I'm assuming everyone at home is getting that wonderful show as well.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely beautiful.
Isn't that fantastic?
I want to try everything, but I actually feel like I've got to, out of respect, just let this sit on my palate.
Agreed.
No one else is allowed to touch this food. For
No.
the rest of today, I'm just going to sit here and just do a little bit. Let it sink in. Do it a little bit. Absolutely beautiful. I know we often say if we had to win and win big, we'd hire ourselves a private chef all the time.
We would. That's the first thing
How
on
much
the
do you
list.
think Reynolds would charge us?
Oh,
A lot.
no, he's priceless. We can't afford him.
Oh, you see, maybe that's our angle. Oh, well, thank you so much to him. Thank you so much for all those who inform our culinary journey. This is how you do it. Absolutely love it. Or maybe I can afford a private chef by the end of today. If we play our daily lotto, there is an estimated 350,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot, and new daily lotto plus another chance to win a further 100,000 Rand. That's what's in the jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Go and get your tickets in store. You can go nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use cell phone banking. You can dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. You can get that done quicker than you can clean up a stain on your dress. All the details on our Expresso social media pages. You can check them out and play your daily lotto for 350,000 Rand. Daily lotto plus for 100,000 Rand.
It's the kimchi.
Oh, it's beautiful. I know, I'm joking, and I could actually just see it happening. Eat with relish. Use your hands. Use chopsticks. Use whatever.
Fantastic.
Just get the gorgeous food. Chef Reno, you're absolutely are a genius.
Speaking about gorgeous things to enjoy, let's get into Cindy Louise. One more performance coming your way, and you've got to pay attention.
Hello, my name is Cindy Louise, and this is my song, Attention.
Side, hold on tight to the pillow as I turn on the light. I read magazines and wait impatiently for you to get what I mean. Know what I mean, what I mean, what I mean. No, I don't want no silly distractions. Just give me all that lovely attention. Not gonna beg, I need some affection. Come lay me down at your discretion. Baby. Oh, 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 baby. Oh, I think twice about burning computers. A girl can fantasize, but I read magazines and wait impatiently for you to get what I mean. Know what I mean, what I mean, what I mean. No, I don't want no silly distractions. Just give me all that lovely attention. Not gonna beg, I need some affection. Come lay me down at your discretion. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Gonna take all my time, show you that you're mine. Make it my design to stay up all night. No, I don't want no silly distractions. Just give me all that lovely attention. Not gonna beg, I need some affection. Come lay me down at your discretion. Oh, oh.
Another feel-good production.
No, I don't want no silly distraction. Just give me all that lovely attention. Not gonna beg, I need some affection. Come lay me down at your discretion. Oh, baby.